There was actually.
Okay,
This is what we're on. We're starting. Please tell us about the crusty underboob cheese, Troy.
No,
This is what
I'm
we're starting.
skipping the
We are
underboob. I'm
live.
skipping
This is
the
what we
underboob.
start
He's
with.
skipping
Okay.
something else horrifying.
However, I was not here for this call, but one of my coworkers was. There was a woman, and she was morbidly obese, and she called 911 because she was having pain in her side, and they went there, and come to find out that 5 days ago she dropped a sandwich, and it like stuck inside of her like fat rolls, and it started rotting, and she had like a septic wound from it. From a sandwich.
Shit, that's
she had a
awful.
septic wound.
That's horrible.
Because it did it like it must have.
And she didn't know. She like dropped the sandwich and just didn't know what happened.
Holy
Dude,
shit.
That's nuts.
Dude, that's
That
like some
is
sort of
nuts.
like Hannibal Lecter shit. Like you just cover someone in salami and they become septic and die. That's like there's
That
some
is
horror right there.
That really is some Hannibal Lecter shit.
You just
I'm trying to think.
we're going to tie you down and put the salami on you. Yes.
Did it rot and then absorb through her skin? Is that how she got septic?
Just bacteria and shit just started thriving and eating and producing acids and feeding.
This is my
A lot of times,
here.
a lot of times, really overweight people have
we need to stop,
anyway.
guys. We need to
true.
stop, guys. We
Someone
we need to stop. Ray and Steph and Girl are both fucking eating lunch, and there's someone's first time view right now.
Sorry, Troy's telling EMS stories.
Hi.
Welcome to After Dark. Not insignificant viewership who would be interested in like 20 minutes of Troy's EMS stories. Like this has nothing to do with RPGs, hero stories.
No. Sure, but we should give people fair warning for that.
Yeah, they'll know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Trigger warning.
I'm sorry.
Salami
Like
sepsis.
this is interesting, but oh god, guys.
Yeah. Welcome to After Dark. Thanks for joining us.
The bad spot. What an appropriate name for the story I just told.
It was indeed. So welcome to Vaesen, Mythic Britain, and also people with septic sandwich wounds. And yeah, I don't know what else to say to that. Here we are. Sarah, say something. Yeah, it is what it is.
Why do I have to?
I don't know. I don't know. Hey
guys.
This is the Septic Sandwich Wound RPG channel, right?
It is what we are.
New title.
Tonight it is.
I'll introduce this because we've got a couple people that are first-time viewers so far.
Don't leave us. We swear it's not always like this.
We swear we get better.
It's usually worse.
Well, just so you know, some of Amber's games have body horror. So
all of my games have body horror.
Okay, all of her games have body horror.
Yeah. So hi, we're the DMs After Dark, and we play games on the internet, and just ruin everything,
including people's lunches.
Yeah, we're playing Vaesen, and Amber's running it because it's a horror game, so obviously Amber's running it.
And jumping off of that, hey folks, those of you who don't know me and what I tend to run, this is a horror game, so expect horror content, degrees of body horror, violence, all of that good stuff. The particular content warning for this session in particular tonight is there will be violence and exploitation toward children, abuse toward children. It's all non-sexual, but just know that content appears in this adventure. Stay safe, folks.
Yeah. Other than that, as far as announcements go, I don't think we necessarily have anything to say. Probably at the end we'll have some. I know I will say check out Rainy Runs Games. Did a lovely interview with Sarah.
Rainy plays games.
Why do I? Because Rainy Runs RPGs is his tag, so I always mess them up.
Yeah, it's like his internet tag.
I'm old, forgive me.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to lean on that and milk that for the rest of my life. His podcast is Rainy Plays Games, and he interviewed Sarah about the beauty of taking some time off now and then. And so check that out because it's really good. And that's really all I have to say. I can give the recap too, as per the Ancient Pact.
We said things like silly RPGs are the leg day of the gaming world. You can't skip it.
Can't skip them. So, last time we played, everybody had returned to London following all of our adventures in the English countryside. And we healed. Mostly Rosalie healed, but some other people were injured too. And then as some time went on, there was an art show. Rosalie invited everyone to the art show. I can't remember prior to that or before that, Kent Riley gave his big reveal. I think it was after. Okay,
It
so
was
thank you.
at the bar.
after. No, it was
After the
at
bar.
it was
It was
at
at
Rosalie's
place
apartment.
afterwards. Yes. So
Yes,
there
right.
was an art show. Rosalie had Nora do some magic to warm up the crowd. Nora did a fantastic job and had very realistic, very realistic.
Cut herself very badly, spent most
Yeah,
of the evening
no, it was
bleeding
like
in
the blood. The
bathroom.
blood was phenomenal. It looked so real. It was such a great trick. I don't know how she did it, but throughout that, one of Rosalie's paintings called Trust was auctioned off to a very wealthy and mysterious woman by the name of Catherine Danville, who
Ives.
invited her and Cecilia to her house for some artsy shit later on, which was very exciting. And it was a very big sale, literally like about a year or two's worth of income. That's how much 500 pounds was back then, Amber. So
Yeah.
Rosalie's money problems
Wow.
are gone. And so we went out to Whitechapel, to the 10 Bells pub, to celebrate. While we were there, Riley was the one who picked up on a child, a malnourished child, looking like she was trying to pick people's pockets. Nobody else seemed to notice this child. So when we went over to talk to her, she ran off. We tried to find her, only to find out that she was indeed a Vaesen. And again, we tried to talk and be nice, and she didn't trust humans. She said that humans who can see them are the worst type of humans. And so we merely said, listen, we'll help if you need our help. Rosalie gave her address because Rosalie is just full of great ideas and some pocket bread,
rolls.
more of her pocket rolls than she wanted to.
Yes.
Yep. And then we went back to Rosalie's rather messy place to have some tea, at which point Riley shared with us of the reason he's a investigator, which was that his child was taken, or rather switched. And part of the reason he's here is to talk to Rosalie, because that happened to Rosalie and Rosalie came back. And in the middle of that discussion, there was a knock on the door. And it wasn't someone trying to sell us solar energy. It was the little girl we saw at Whitechapel, who explained that her and her sister, and I think another little boy, right?
Yep.
Yes, are Selkies. And there's a very wicked, very soon to be dead fisherman on the Thames.
I wrote down Brent McFarlane.
Is Brent Allred. McFarlane is someone else.
Brent Allred. I did not have.
I might have mixed those names myself while not looking directly at my paper. Brent Allred is the
Brent Allred. All right. Well, Brent's going to be going to hell real soon, and we're going to help him get there. We're going to punch his ticket. We're going to free these Selkie kids. That's pretty much where we left off.
And the other human children that he has.
He has humans.
Yes, there are 3 Selkies and normal human children.
Oh, fuck this guy. Okay.
So he's got a He's got a
lot
of
Catholic that man. Fuck.
Holy Roman Catholic Batman.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yes.
I thought you said we're going to Roman Catholic that man.
Holy
And I
Roman
was like,
Batman.
Also that.
Dude, I just
Bless
heard
him
Catholic
and then sent him to hell. Yeah.
Catholic Batman.
Well, we all heard wildly different things.
Yes, I love it. Who's speaking of Sunday mead?
Ooh.
I know it's Friday, but I've got some pear mead.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Pear.
Wait, so who is McFarlane?
I've just got an Irish coffee.
I think I superimposed the names of 2 characters when you picked that
yeah,
up, because
but
I haven't talked about. I don't think
Oh.
I've talked about McFarlane yet, but he is
Okay.
on my sheet. He is the character involved in this.
There will
Gotcha.
be a McFarlane.
He creates really awesome
There will be
toys.
a McFarlane.
Like Todd McFarlane. Sorry. Nerd joke.
The wires crossed, and I took the last name of another character and put it in the last name of this
Understood.
character.
Understandable.
Yeah,
So
totally fine.
I believe that is like right where we left off too. Is like late night, early morning, ready to do something off this guy or something.
The only other note that I have is that Riley was during the party enraptured by a painting by Siobhan McKenna.
Yes, that is also true. Siobhan, I have the name Siobhan McKenna. She had a great painting called The Changeling. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
And also, I remember Rosalie had a bit of a memory from that too. Now that I think about it.
Really, from The Changeling.
Yes.
I think it's pronounced Shaban, by the way.
Siobhan. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Siobhan.
But if it's the Irish pronunciation, I think it's Shaban. I might be wrong.
McKenna, it's probably
I think you're right. Siobhan.
I just know the American pronunciation because I had a friend named Siobhan growing up.
There you go.
Right. The American pronunciation is Siobhan.
I introduced the little girl as having a very thick Irish accent, proceeded to just give her a vaguely English accent. So there's nothing we can
All
do
things
about
turn up
She's
Jersey.
very
It's
Irish.
okay.
Right, governor.
Like governor.
I can't do an Irish
Crikey.
accent.
At least,
Crikey.
Not
At least
known for my accents.
at least Captain Chris isn't doing any accents.
Yeah.
This,
Yes, that's
Yeah, we have another bad spot earlier said as a genuine British person, I'm gonna be hard on these accents.
They're
So,
all awful. None of
Lower
them.
your expectations
awful.
now, buddy.
Just
Yeah,
you're gonna be hard
none
on
of them are
everything.
accurate to any region anywhere in this world, actually.
Yeah.
So, none
which
of
bodes
them.
well for the fact that this is a fantasy role playing
Yeah.
game.
Correct.
welcome
This is an
to
alternate Earth.
Yeah. welcome to scones for breakfast and
Where
marmalades on
people
them.
talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Scones.
Yes.
Marmalade on toast. Yeah.
What are we,
We've got
Paddington
people that
Bear?
selling
their
We get what we
crafts
pay for.
livable
You get what you pay
wages.
for with accents, and we're free. So, oh shit. All right. Before we get into the adventure tonight, I did forget to award XP for last session. I don't think you normally award experience for I keep wanting to call them
Session?
entanglements, but that's in Blades in the Dark. The Vaesen equivalent of entanglements, the complications. But this
Jeez.
one is kind of turned
Jeez.
into a mini mystery, so I am gonna award XP. Troy, you're
Yeah.
gonna start with 9 from the sessions that you missed.
Nine.
Nine,
And you're
nine,
gonna
And
take
we'll see what
back
folks average
7
for this one, and then
for
you'll
being
get
a
that
dick
too.
in Valheim.
That's right.
All right, so
Is there a spot? Oh, there is a spot on the character
Yep.
sheet.
It's below
Yep.
skills.
Holy shit! I have almost a full thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it you spend 5 to level up either a skill point
what to buy an extra
or
talent?
a resource or to buy an extra talent. Yes, it's 5 experience.
Okay.
Oh, I should get my rule book out, eh?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, geez.
All right, so to
Ooh.
award experience points, I ask y'all's questions, and you get experience points based upon how you answer them. First question: did you participate in the session?
Geez.
Yes.
Yes.
Go.
Second question: did you confront any Vaesen?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you identify an unknown Vaesen?
Yes.
Did
Yes.
we?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Did we identify her? Oh yeah,
Selkie.
Selkie. Fucking
Yeah.
duh.
Were you affected by a dark secret Don't think
No.
So
for anyone?
A little, but not really. No, not affected. Just tempted.
Did I sorry, I'll let you finish, Amber, and then I got a question.
Did you take risks to protect other people? That's this session, I feel.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, no.
Have you learned anything?
Yes. Have we?
So it's like learning anything
learning-
in like a character changing like life.
Yep,
Then
this is in terms of
Learning.
your character. Have you learned something about yourself or the world that has changed you or reaffirmed something important about you?
What about
Sort of.
June? Learning about her howling, maybe.
Mm,
Does
probably
that
not.
count?
I've already given you 9 XP for all those previous sessions.
Oh,
This is
okay. That's
this
just
is
for
in
the last
reference
one.
just to the last session that you missed. Yeah. Did you develop anything in your HQ?
yes.
We did.
Yes, you did. You bought a seance parlor.
Hell yeah.
And did you perform an
Damn.
extraordinary action? Not as of yet.
Oh my god. Amazing.
Are
Cat
all of our
spam.
conditions gone, by the way, Amber? Because I remember I pushed myself.
Yes,
so-
you can heal all your conditions. You've had downtime.
Okay.
So-
Max, thank you for 17 months of sub. We appreciate the lurk, even if you're just hanging out in the background. The lurk helps us, and I am so glad that Winnie and Burger can now be part of your massive cat emote lineup.
Oh yeah, thank you guys so much for sending us your cats and your
Oh
dogs.
my
over
God,
Oh my
to
god,
us.
that's
The
right.
We had
cats,
such
the
a great
cats,
time looking
the
at
cats
them.
and one dog named Riff Raff were amazing. Thank you.
So
I still
good.
am. I do have permission
We
from
adore
most people
them.
to put them up. I'm going to. I just haven't got to it yet. But Cats of DMs After Dark will soon be posted on our social medias.
I love
for
it.
our
Just
The
mod
familiars
mods.
are flooding
wonderful.
in.
It's
fans.
so good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
And if you haven't, if you have cats and you want to email them to us, dmsafterdark@gmail.com. Give us your cats.
Yeah. Send us your cats.
Or
Our most
doggos.
popular thing. Our most popular program.
I like bunnies.
Really, you can call any of your pets that you love a cat. Be like, this
Yeah,
is my
just
cat.
send
Send
us
us
your
a picture of a
pets.
turtle.
Seriously.
We'll love it.
Yeah.
I'll accept it. Yeah.
I wouldn't
You
accept it.
most important thing is you have to tell us their name.
Yes. Names.
And
All
what
of-
you call
all
them
of their
if those
names.
are different.
And
Yeah.
what you call them.
All right, so,
So
everybody
I
looks
think
like
the plan is we're going to kill Brent and then have a seance with him to taunt him.
What?
just to insult him. You like summon him, and then
But-
instead of
and just be
asking him
like,
questions, you just
Was-
roast him
You're
again.
just going to be like, roast him again. And be like, how's it feel to be dead and suck?
Looks
Uh,
like we have enough experience to level up or to do a
4
thing.
experience to everyone. Troy, you get an additional 4 as well. When people are absent because we have busy adult lives, and I'm just going to give everybody who's absent the average of the experience. So
What do I want to bump?
Oh, can we bump things or no?
yeah, you can increase skills.
Okay.
Yep, maximum is 5. 5. I think that might be maximum for your special skill, or am I crossing year 0 engines again?
I think when you start,
I
it's
think
a
that's
maximum
just for a
of 5.
tribute.
Yeah,
Just
Is it
I
that
think
when
you're
you
right.
I know
Start, the
I know a
max for
tribute is
special
capped at
one
5.
is 4. When you start, it's capped at 4 for your special skill.
I thought it was
Okay.
3
No, it's
for the
capped at
special
3.
skill.
3. It's
We
3
can
and
do
2.
talents
Yeah.
as well, right?
You can
Yeah.
buy
Yes.
talents for 5. Yep. All
That's what I'm
talents are
doing.
available to you now, even talents outside your playbook.
Well, we have a seance thing, so I'm buying the one that lets me talk to the dead.
Cool. Imagine we just host a seance and then we can't talk to them at all.
They're like, we're here, but
We're
we
just
don't want
like-
to talk to you.
Yeah.
I bumped
Bring
my
in, like,
investigation.
Feel like it.
Jellyonitis to like
Yeah.
to get us
Yes.
translate.
Jellyonitis! Pre-stream
Ghost.
throwback.
Yep. You weren't there for that one, Sarah. We
Oh,
did
yeah.
I am also
He was
we
there
did
for
a,
what was it called?
for the
For the
dungeon.
dungeon.
For the
For the
dungeon.
dungeon.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
yeah,
there
that's
for
right.
the
That was
dungeon.
right before I got back.
The big boss man was Jellyonitis. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Special return.
I think we're going to start with a scene with Troy. I'm going to put him on the spot for missing so much Vaesen. Troy,
I'll allow it.
earlier this day, Rosalie had invited everyone to an important art show for her. She was being hosted at a gallery, a collection of her work, and it was going to be auctioned off. And she invited everybody to that to support her and see her work.
Mhm.
Something tied you up, and you were unable to make it. What was it?
I think I maybe had a seizure. Mhm.
Where did you have the seizure? Were you found by anyone?
Yeah, I'll say I was walking to go to this thing because obviously it's important for me and I really care about supporting Rosalie and her kind of art. So I'll say I was walking in the street. I don't know how busy it is or what time of day it is really, but June was there with me obviously. So maybe she started barking and got someone's attention. I'm not sure. I'll kind of leave that up to you.
Okay, Ronaldo. When you kind of come to after your seizure,
Mhm.
you kind of awaken in a crowded, the corner of a crowded-ish room or near a crowded room. You can hear lots of conversation, people drinking, raised voices and whatnot. And there's a woman kind of like leaning over you. She's patting your face with a damp cloth and giving you a little shake. And she's like, "Can you hear me, sir?"
I imagine I kind of picture the word sounding like almost like echoey, like it's or like it's underwater maybe. And maybe she has to say it a couple of times before I really kind of catch what she's saying. And I kind of look around and before I even really come to my senses, I just squeeze onto June's fur with my hand. And then I kind of look at her and I kind of like just am slow to respond. And I just, in a whisper, I just say, I can hear you.
Oh, you're giving us all a right scare. You okay? Can you take water?
I kind of look around and I'm covered in sweat and still very disoriented. And I kind of try to sit up a little bit, like prop myself up. And I look at her and I say, I should be okay. I'll be fine. Thank you. Where am I? What?
You're in some kind of storeroom. You're actually like leaned up against some like sacks of flour.
Oh, and I
Um,
ask her that. I say, "Where am I?"
He's like, you're in back at the kitchen. That's at a brothel.
Oh,
It's the only place that could get you off the street before someone did something worse to you.
I kind of like touch the back of my head, and maybe I got some dried blood from when I fell down or something. And I look at her and I say, "Thank you for helping me. I don't know what came over me." And I kind of offer her a genuine
Do you
smile.
do you remember before you collapsed? Your memory of the events leading up to it immediately are fuzzy.
I just remember I was walking to go see a friend. Oh my goodness. Do you have the time?
Oh, darling, it's late. It's you've been out of it for 2 hours. It's got to be near midnight.
I just let out a heavy sigh knowing that I missed Rosalie's event. And I say, I was headed to a friend's art gallery. She was um, showing some of her work, and I was going to be there to support her. I guess I'll have to apologize for that later.
Oh, honey, I'm sure she'll just be glad you're all right.
Hmm.
Here,
I'm
take some
Ronaldo.
water.
I take a little sip of water, and I kind of look at her and I say, I'm Ronaldo. And this is June.
Brona, you were helping one of my friends when you collapsed. She's a sweet girl. She's had a hard night. You were being kind to her.
Oh, uh, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Is she okay?
She'll be all right.
Um,
Get a lot of rough patrons in this job.
I understand.
And you look at her. She looks like she's had a hard night too. She's definitely she's a sex worker. Must work at this brothel. Her makeup smeared. This is not a fancy brothel. You can tell from like the quality of her clothing and whatnot.
Mhm.
She's had a hard life. She sees you've had a hard life, and apparently you were being kind to one of her friends before you collapsed.
I look at her and I say, I don't mean to overstep my boundaries or anything like that, but um, I have a place that I'm staying at, and it's very nice, and they have lots of rooms. You could have a private quarter for the night if you're wanting to get some rest or something, or just to. I kind of look around and say, just to get out of here, I guess, for the night. It's the least I could do.
That's very sweet, but work will be done in a couple hours, and the girls and I have rooms upstairs.
Very well.
She kind of gives your hand a pat as she like leaves the cup of water in your hands for you, and she says, take a minute to catch your bearings, and when you're ready, the way is out is through that way. You'll see the front door. It's always opening and closing.
What's the name of this establishment?
She kind of gives a little bitter laugh. She's like, "This is the Velvet Glove.
The
Charming
Velvet
place,
Glove.
very classy."
Hey, I'm so sorry to interrupt this really quick. So we've had a couple subs come in. Stumblebelly, thank you for the sub. J and LB, thank you for the subs. Thunday Mead, thank you for giving me the
Holy
sub.
shit!
And J and LB, thank you for gifting 20 subs
Holy
to
shit!
This is
Holy shit!
fucking insane. Thank you so
Oh
much.
my
This is
gosh.
Thank you,
crazy.
man.
So
Holy crap.
TD's Idea Machines, Twistoff, The Bad Spot, Pedigree, Proxima, Sugarbloods, Madavat, Backstab Board Games, Kimono, IDBN, From Stockholm, Alicita, Leo Connerart, Dr. Phil, Ramrod, Razfox, Jasomal, Yunji, Arlie Ward, and Jake River. Enjoy your
Holy
emote.
shit. Thank you so much.
The hype train meter is glitching on my screen.
It's
Yeah.
glitching on
now.
mine too.
That's
Hot
incredible.
damn,
Holy
guys.
shit.
This
Thank you
Holy
so
shit.
much, Jayton.
So
That's
nice.
Jayden,
crazy.
seriously, this
Yes,
is
thank you.
Oh my
fucking
gosh.
incredible.
Damn.
Thank you. All of the subs sub money for this goes into keeping the stream going.
Yep.
It costs multiple $100s a year to keep us on all of our
Yes, it does.
podcast apps.
Yeah.
So came for the sandwich, stayed for the sub. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt the moment, but 20 gifted subs is fucking
Wow.
insane.
I think
so
that's our
Thank
record.
you again so much.
By like
That
a
was
long shot.
incredibly
Thank you
generous.
so
that
much.
is an insane record. Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Man, oh man.
Oh man, no
Wow.
pressure. Make tonight good, guys.
Yeah, right.
No shit.
Oh
for
my
you,
god.
man.
Oh man. Okay,
The Velvet Glove.
I look at you said it was Broca was her name?
Brona.
Rona.
Brona. I look at Brona and I say I I wish I had something to give you for your help. I'm afraid I'm short on cash right now, I guess.
Kindness freely given is the rarest gift, especially in our trade. You take care of yourself, hon.
Thank you. I won't forget what you've done. And I kind of take a couple minutes. I finish the glass of water, and then I kind of use June to help get me up to my feet. Them old knees and that old arthritic back of mine.
And you just crack so much. Crack. Crack.
Troy, just because I haven't been in this game at the same time as you, Noel, what kind of dog
Yeah.
is June?
June is an Irish wolfhound, and she's all black.
Oh, okay. That's beautiful.
She's
Big
real
girl.
big.
I just wanted to
really big.
clarify because it's been a minute. Perfect.
Yep. She is my most trusted and loyal companion.
As she should be.
As we're kind of transitioning, because we have a lot of new people in chat listening to us for the first time, should we do a quick
Yeah,
character
let's do that.
introduction?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great idea, Ken.
You folks.
I guess I'll start. I just had a scene. So my character's name is Ronaldo Colombo. I am 54 years old. I am the token old man of the group. My archetype is Vagabond. I am not from this area. Well, originally, my ancestry is from this area, but I was adopted and raised by nuns somewhere in Italy. So
And you can tell by his Italian accent.
yes, exactly. Do we want to share our relationships too with the characters to give an idea of like you know how we have the one sentence relations to the other characters to give an idea of kind of the character.
I think
No,
just
they
a quick
mesh-
just a quick description. They'll see you all interacting soon
Okay.
enough.
Yeah, he Ronaldo also has a large black Irish wolfhound, June. It's his trusted and loyal companion. As a vagabond, he was on the streets, homeless, scrapping for meals. But he is a very, very kind and genuine old man. He also has worked a hard life of manual labor, kind of just menial jobs. So he's got that like ripcord, sinewy strength of old man muscles. So that is Ronaldo.
Go next, I guess. So I'm playing Rosalie. Rosalie is still a youth as classified by the game. She's 24,
A ute.
24, a ute. She's 24 years old. She is rather tall and thin, and she wears very fine black gowns that they were once like extremely fine garments, but they've definitely seen better days. They're starting to fray. Same thing with her hair. She now wears a single strip of green silk around her neck. That's a new addition to her life. But Rosalie is the archetype is a cultist, but she is an artist. Was a starving artist until last session because she just hit it big. But she makes mostly a very macabre, dark sort of arts, or very supernaturally themed arts, because she's searching for some understanding of some things that have happened to her when she was young. She grew up in a wealthier family in Dartmoor, but she disappeared on the moors for 9 days, but was found. So she was taken but found, and she has the suspicion that she was, taken by the Fae, and so she doesn't have a lot of memories of that time though. But she's trying to find out what happened to herself.
I can go next. I am the extraordinary Eleanor. I was once a great magician, now a failing magician who has kind of lost her self-confidence and is just trying to get back there. Born and raised in London. Um, I am also fairly young. I'm 25. Now I'm just on the hunt for Vaesen to hopefully spark some magical inspiration and talent for myself. Um, that's about me. Now I'm just Nora. Yes.
I'll go next. My character is Riley O'Day. He is a currently a traveler from County Cork in Ireland. He, as was stated earlier in the recap, we found out that Riley's son was taken and switched with a changeling. And he's on the
So crazy.
he's trying to find if he can get his son back and if he can do it while the boy is still safe.
Mm.
But he had come over looking for and hearing stories of Rosalie's incident, which brought him to London and into the graces of the Rose House.
And then I am playing Cecilia Evans. She is 30, which according to Vaesen is middle age.
I
So
concur.
You're a regular old thornback.
As
yeah,
a 30-year-old, I can relate.
yeah. So old 30-year-old spinster. Thank you. Sorry, I was just bought brownies.
Nice.
That's a nice treat.
Uh, yes, my spinster 30-year-old Cecilia, her archetype is the writer. She a few years ago had a novel called, because I came up with a title
Ooh,
called Long Past Dawn.
Done.
Long
It's called
Past Dawn.
Long Past Dawn.
Long
Uh,
past dong. Chuck
and
Tingle.
Jesus
Dong.
Christ.
I love it.
That's actually a fairly
So-
good title.
She sounds like a Chuck Tingle title.
Tingler.
It was a massive hit, massive success, but it was also very controversial because Cecilia did not use gendered pronouns for either of the romantic leads, and kept it very vague. And she is very playful and coy about it, and loves to listen to people's theories about which one is the man and which one is the woman, and will never tell anyone what is what. And the media, society can't call her off on it because she doesn't say what they are. So, but clearly that must be it. So she's just little shit. But she's a little shit about it. And she is trying to get her next novel out, trying to find some inspiration. And is hoping that going on these sort of adventures and learning more about the world can help her get the inspiration she needs.
All right. And those are our main investigators. They're
Oh.
all members of the.
Kent has a note.
I forgot to mention Riley is 25.
Also an old man. No.
Yes.
I believe
Young.
I believe that 25 is the oldest of the
last.
young.
It is. It's the last
Yes.
age you can be young.
An elder Ute.
I also realized that I'm still wearing a leotard and cape right now.
Yes.
Excellent.
I was
Excellent.
like, great. Great.
Jess, I had to stop for a second because I went, in real life?
I
Like
know.
the fuck?
Nora.
Nora. So I knew she was talking about Nora.
Those are our main investigators here for this Vaesen game. They are all members of the Apollonian Society based in London, which is it is a semi-secret society, so it is slightly known, but the depth of it is not fully known. They don't like to kind of get into the limelight of things because they investigate the paranormal. But it has a long and storied history. Right now, most of the investigators in the Apollonian Society are stationed elsewhere and or out of London on different mysteries and investigations of their own. They do have a headquarters, the Rose House, which the characters here visit often to get information, do research, hopefully hold seances soon.
Yep. So us newbies are running the show for London.
Yep, everybody with experience is away. Except the Dowager, who is sick.
We have
And old.
experience now, just not good experience.
Hey, sick and old, I can relate.
Yeah.
Insert seizures.
Oh,
All right. So, Ronaldo, after you take a couple minutes to get your bearings, have a little bit of water, you and June head out. You can see the front door from the storeroom that you appear behind. It's kind of like behind a partially enclosed bar. So easy enough to get out. It's a rowdy kind of drinking area here. There are a lot of working girls walking around, talking to potential clients. It's a rougher place. You can tell that sort of like plays at ideas of grandeur, but like all the fuzz is like worn off the felt on a couple of the nicer chairs, and the wood is all dinged up on the bar. It's,
Shabby
run
chic.
down.
I don't have we didn't get paid or anything from this last thing, did we?
Oh no.
No.
You don't get
No.
paid.
Okay, I figured.
I was gonna say, I don't think we
still
get
have
paid
a
ever.
walking stick and a necklace to my name. That's it.
Yep. And a stone with a hole in the middle.
That's
Yes,
right.
I do have the hagstone. That's true. Yeah. Okay. What is with my characters and collecting fucking rocks?
Rocks.
I was literally just gonna say Kyrie's
Jesus.
again.
Rocks again.
And you have
Man.
a rock, don't forget.
I got
That's
a rock.
Yeah, I'll head out of the establishment. Do I know like where I am in relation to the town? I mean,
When you get outside, you realize that you were pretty close to your destination. So the
Underground.
gallery was kind of like right on the border of the red light district, and you are in the red light district right now. So
Okay.
you're actually just a couple blocks away from the gallery. Though it being midnight now, and you having been out for about 2 hours,
yeah,
you're not sure if that's still going to be going on or not.
I'll head that way. I'll head that way regardless, just to see if anyone's there. And if not, I'm gonna just kind of just view and appreciate whatever artwork I can see from outside.
Yep. Unfortunately, there's no windows in this gallery. It's actually in the
Oh.
basement of another building. But
Oh
you
yeah,
do,
right.
when you walk in, there's like a lone employee kind of like sweeping up and putting little stools like on the little bar tables and stuff. All of the artwork that is still here is covered. A lot of it is packaged up, assumedly to be picked up by people who have purchased it.
Right.
But the worker there kind of looks towards you and he's like, we're closed, sir.
Right. Okay, thank you. And I just I make my leave and I'll start heading towards the house thing,
Rose
the
house?
communal house. Yes.
The Rose House.
So he lives.
Rosalie doesn't live too far from here.
Is she closer? She's probably closer than the house, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
she
okay.
is.
I'll for sure stop by there first. Then I feel the need to apologize for not showing up.
I think that's perfect because we're probably right in the middle of like Rosalie being like, that motherfucker. And then you just walk in the door.
Yes, there's another knock on the door. The little girl, Aoife, kind of jolts at the sound, and then she quickly runs and like tucks behind something, like a coat rack with some coats on it, like whatever you got nearby. She like gets into the corner.
Oh, no, dear, don't worry. You're not going to get hurt.
She just glares at you. She's like,
That's what everyone that's ever hurt me said.
Ronaldo, did we get her name?
No.
Ronaldo,
She
come
told
on.
us. She told us what we could call her though.
Yeah, she said we could call her
yeah,
Aoife.
you can call her Aoife.
Oh yes, there you
right.
go.
That's why
Yeah,
I
you
just
can't
had
have my
Aoife.
name, but you may call me Aoife.
That's what she called. I just had Aoife written there, and I didn't know why I had it. And I thought it was
Because
a
it's a
joke
good
about.
name.
It's a
Yeah,
great
I thought it was a joke about Sarah's very first character
Aoife?
she ever played on this stream. Yeah,
Your heart
Oh,
knows
yes.
best.
Oh,
Ronaldo. Aoife, this is a friend. Ronaldo.
Oh, she
Aoife.
sees your dog and
Aoife.
she like immediately like goes like on
Ronaldo.
alert. She like backs up.
I kind of crouch down to get to the same
Your dog
level.
is like taller than she is.
Yeah, I crouch down to get to the same level, and I just kind of say, "Hello, this is June. She's friendly. She won't bother you." Mm. Sometimes looks can be deceiving.
You can see me.
I can. And when she says that, I kind of look to the rest of you guys, just
He's like, what's going on?
without
Ronaldo is one of
speaking,
us.
just confirm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That okay.
He works with us.
You're different than the others.
Yes, I can. I can see things that other people can't.
Oh, thought she meant that he was old.
That is what you mean.
It's the arthritis.
Does Nora say that out loud?
Yes.
Cecilia actually like does a tiny spit take on her tea.
I give
Just
you
actually
my
spits
very
her tea
best
out.
old man scowl.
That was such a wow.
That's my old man scowl.
He's still a friend.
Rosalie, I'm really sorry that I didn't make it. Do you is there anywhere I could maybe wash up?
Certainly.
And you see
I-
there's like some blood down my shirt
Oh,
and the back of my
dear,
neck
what
and stuff.
did you? Oh, does Rosalie know about?
No,
I don't think
she
so.
does not.
Okay.
She
What
does
happened? What happened to you?
not. I had every intention of making it here, and I was on my way, and I lost my balance, and I fell and I hit my head, and the next thing I knew, I woke up and I was in a brothel. Someone had seen me and come to my aid.
Okay, hold on. Let me I get him like, I mean, it's probably just like a tub of
A
gross
bucket
water.
of water. Yeah,
It's
what I'm not
literally like,
picky.
nothing
In a
fancy here.
rag.
Yeah, there's a bucket
Right.
of water. And she's an artist. There's plenty of rags around.
Right. Fucking Sarah.
I'm
While
on
you're
my
all
medicine.
kind of fussing over Ronaldo, Aoife's like, she's sidled over to the table and she's like putting whatever kind of like slightly stale little tea biscuits you've put out like into her mouth and her pockets.
Yeah, I'll let her take whatever she wants. As Ronaldo washes up, I'll just fill you in. So we've I met Aoife here at the Ten Bells pub and learned some rather disturbing things that we're going to have to rectify.
Do tell. Kind of washing my head.
Well, Aoife is special because she is a Selkie.
Oh,
And if you've heard of Selkies, you know that, well, if someone has their skins, they have to obey that person. And someone has not only her skin, but her sister's skin, and another little Selkie boy's skin, and is also forcing other more, well, human children to work for him.
His name is
You've
Brent
been,
and he's a right prick.
you've been around me long enough, Rosalie, where you kind of are able to tell a little bit of my kind of subtleties or whatever. And even though I kind of keep a calm exterior, maybe it's like a subtle, like I clench my fist or something like that, or
The
clench
clenched
my jaw. You can
Yep.
see, obviously, when it comes to like kids, that's definitely a big deal to Ronaldo. He's not a violent person by any means, but that's something that really hits his heartstrings. So where is this fellow?
He has a warehouse done by the docks on the Thames. He's in the they call it the shipping business. They move things in boxes in and out on boats.
You know, I may have worked for this person before. In fact, Amber, I would like to use my talent well traveled and say that
Nice.
if you don't want it to be this person that I can know, maybe someone tangentially on the docks, because that is one of the jobs that I did, was literally loading and unloading cargo on the docks. That's how I bought my coat. So
Ronaldo, if you would like to know Brent Allred, you may absolutely have worked for him recently, even.
perfect. I know Brent. And I think if you look at the talent in the book, it says that it's up to the GM's discretion as to what type of relationship I have with them. I can just say that I know them and have a relationship with them.
Yep. I'm gonna say like you're not close to him or anything personal, but
Right.
you've worked for him several times. You know where his warehouse is. He's paid you for your labor, not well. But what was agreed upon, the kind of poor wages he pays for down on their
Yeah.
luck laborers.
Right. Right.
And he typically works with the same couple ships. You're not sure if he owns the ships as well, or if they just
Okay.
have some sort of contract or whatever, but like the same 3 or 4 ships kind of move stuff to his warehouse, move stuff out. And that's pretty much what he does. You didn't get any warm or fuzzy feelings from him.
Sure.
Nothing particular. He's kind of just a curmudgeon-y guy, like just grumpy, yelling at people, always wants stuff
Yeah.
done faster. Bit
Sure.
of a prick.
I kind of look to everybody else and I say, I know this fellow. I've done some work for him recently on the docks, loading and unloading cargo from several of the ships that he works with. What else can you tell me about him, Aoife?
He's mean. He's got big hands. They're heavy.
I kind of, when she says that, I express deep empathy for her without speaking. I know what she's saying. You know what I mean?
He's gonna be real mad if I don't come back with stuff that I nicked. If you have any stuff I can come back with, you did kind of interrupt my business with all the catching me and cornering me in the alley.
What have you supposed to steal?
Just stuff, coins, bills, the watches. I would have got your watch if you couldn't see me.
Oh, I don't have one, but I don't care what time it is. But let me see. Hold on. I'll give her.
Jewelry.
Don't have much of that either. I pawned it all. But here, have some coins, dear. I'll just give her whatever coins I have in my pocket.
Like, I've got money coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. I
Those
think this will
will
be a
away
good,
regardless. Yeah. So
this will be an in for us to number one, get her safe, right? So
Safe.
she's not going to get reprimanded for not having something. And number 2, it could be a good way for us to get in. So,
well, if you work for him, maybe you can work there again and get us in, and we can find the skins because they've got to be hidden somewhere.
Ronaldo, does June have any sort of like hunting? Is she a hunting dog by any chance? Can she track?
June's definitely got a fine survival instinct. I don't know if she has any formal training as a hunting dog. I got her when she was a very small pup. I haven't trained her to hunt, but
Probably not.
she can
She did
sniff
lead you
around
to the
for
little
sure.
girl who had disappeared in the last mystery.
Yeah, he did find the little girl that disappeared.
Yeah, I was hoping that maybe based off of Aoife, if he could find her skins, because we have no idea where he's keeping them. Aoife doesn't know either.
I don't
might be
think
able
they're
to
in the
convince-
warehouse. It's been looking really hard.
We can maybe
Aoife?
convince Brent to give them up.
Convince, yeah.
I can be persuasive, but I don't know that. I'll be honest, I don't know this man very well. But if he is using this position that he's in to his advantage, I doubt he'd be willing to relinquish it without.
Ronaldo, I think they have a very different usage of the word convince. One that
Yes.
uses less diplomatic methods.
I
Yes.
kind of look at the little girl and I go, "Oh,
You
Aoife,
gonna give him a beating?
Aoife,
She kinda grins.
do you have a garment of clothes or a scrap of cloth or something like that that maybe I could have to give to June for when we do get to the docks? Something maybe you wear all the time, or
She kind of looks down at her hands and she peels off one of her gloves and she has webbed fingers. She's like, I got another pair at the warehouse. She puts her hand in her pocket.
I say, I promise I'll give it back. And I smile and I say, thank you.
I sort of hate him. Never needed him before.
Hmm.
Hope to never need him again. If we can get back home.
We'll see what we can do.
And Cecilia will at one point take a bracelet off her wrist that has a couple of nice looking but probably fake, unsure jewels and give it to Aoife, so it's not like she's just like randomly just only got coin. Like if she was gonna steal watches, she could feasibly steal a bracelet.
She takes it, reaches out with her little webbed hand actually, and closes her fingers around. And she's like, "Thank you. I think this will he'll be happy with this for a night's work."
Good.
I'm gonna have to go though.
You get back safe, dear. We'll see you real soon.
Don't take too long. My sister Alla's very sick.
We won't.
Is there anything about Aoife that reminds me of Lily?
You
My
tell
younger
me.
daughter?
She's a young girl. What did I say? She was like 8-ish, not 8, 9, something
Yeah,
like that.
that's
Or
how
maybe
young
10.
Lily
10-ish,
was.
but
Lily was
Yeah, I
8.
think she's like 10ish. Her sister's like 6 or 7, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's a little girl, like your little girl, you know. She's had a hard life. You tried to shelter your daughter from a hard life, but living on the streets couldn't always. You see a
Yeah.
lot of the kind of some of the wariness your child picked up in her life reflected in those eyes, but also some of the hope.
I kind of just turn around and maybe, yeah, I kind of just pace a little bit.
I'll keep an eye for you. Be careful. He has a lot of guys that work in the warehouse and around it, and they don't like snoops.
Okay.
I'm one of those guys that works there, so we should be all right. Thank you, Aoife.
She like sort of heads to the door and looks back at you and gives you like a little wave with her gloved hand and tucks her other hand in her pocket and just darts off.
Rosalie loses it as soon as she leaves and just like sits down. She's like, "Oh, that poor child."
Well, we'll have to do whatever we can to.
Yes, Cecilia, whatever we can. And she says a very knowing look to Cecilia.
Ronaldo's hand just goes to the butterfly necklace. And subconsciously, he just starts fiddling with that.
All right, investigators, it's very late. It's past midnight at this point. What are your plans for the rest of the evening, if any?
I mean, I think we should have a plan. I'm not even sure where to begin. I know Ronaldo is going to try and go back to work.
Well, I think if we went there today, now, as much as I'd like to just go into his bedchamber and cut his throat, that doesn't tell us where the skins are.
Yes.
So we'll have to find them out. We'll have to somehow get that information from him.
Maybe we should track him? See where he
Back
goes
to
throughout
his
the day?
house. I think we should track him, get him someplace alone, and then...
Well, I'd just like to see where he goes as well. If he's keeping it at his house, that might be helpful, but if he's keeping it somewhere else. Maybe
could
track him for a
always
couple days. Oh, yes, our
I don't
PI.
think we can
Around.
I wouldn't want to do it for much too long. She says her sister's very ill.
I think
I think we have
what
to move
might
very rapidly here.
I
Sorry,
think
Sarah.
what might be a good plan is if tomorrow, Ronaldo, if you don't mind going down and trying to get work for the day so you can get kind of a lay of things and see how many people are there and whatnot. And then if we go in at night, tomorrow night, and
She doesn't think they're being kept at the warehouse, though.
Well, why if Ronaldo does
The
that?
children are, but she doesn't think her skins are there.
Nora,
She doesn't
you
think
and
her
I,
skins are there.
well, we can get the children out of the warehouse and then get the skins. Nora, you and I can follow him and maybe find out where the skins are.
This is an opportunity as well. I've worked with him before, and he's extended the offer anytime I'm looking for work. He's happy to help because I work hard and don't complain. Riley, this might be a good opportunity. I could bring you along as a friend and say, hey, I've got a friend looking for work. He's I can vouch for you. That would get 2 of us there. That way we can maybe kind of move around, separately if we're going to be looking around or snooping around.
That could work. I could also easily go around just gathering some intel.
I was gonna say, I wonder if we can have any sort of investigation too of where he might normally hang out, or if there's a lot of property that he owns too.
Mm-hmm.
The docks are a real busy place in the morning with unloading and loading cargo. Anybody that's not part of that process would stand out like a sore thumb, at least on the docks. But maybe
Remember that time you guys pretended to not be reporters at the police station?
Probably don't want to do that again.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
shit.
believe we pretended to be reporters
Yeah.
Yes, you
at the
did.
police station.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. I was like, and they thought
The
you were reporting, you
one
pretended not to be,
fucking
and they were like, "This is a
thing.
reporter." Yeah, you straight up and went pretending to be the worst thing you could be.
Worst thing you could possibly
But it's okay.
be.
We're making plans together now.
That's right.
Ronaldo, do you know if this man happens to be fond of ladies of the night?
Do I know this information, Amber?
You
I
don't
don't.
know. You don't really take him as a man of like advanced tastes. So a couple times you've seen him, like, he'd clearly been drinking a bit throughout the day. He wasn't like slosh drunk or anything, but he drinks. You know that.
I hate to be judgmental, but if I was being judgmental, I'd take him for a man of simple pleasures, carnal pleasures, perhaps.
Perhaps while during the day while you lot are going, perhaps some of us could visit some places and try and pay for some actual conversation for these poor women and give them a fucking break and try and get some information out of them. Because if there's one thing I know about females who work at night, they're great at secrecy.
You know, the velvet glove might be a good place to start. That's where I woke up after my fall. I'm a
Place.
very nice woman by the name of Brona.
Rona, okay.
Brona had helped me. If you go there and say you're Ronaldo's friend, maybe she might be willing to sit down and have a talk with you after close.
Perfect.
I do need to get some rest, though. I'm sorry, I'm exhausted to the bone and
Tired too.
got an
Been a
early
long day.
morning.
You're all welcome to just stay here if you like. It's not a very
That
good
would be
place,
great,
neighborhood to
Russell.
walk through at night. So
That would be great. Takes a tarp from an easel and lays down and sleeps with it.
It's a stiff canvas.
When your friends forget to give you a blanket.
No,
Right, folks.
I didn't forget.
Everybody staying at Rosalie's for the night, or
Yeah.
people taking off?
Yeah, Celia's staying.
I'm probably staying too. It's raining out.
It's raining. We're
It's
women
not
at
a-
night.
it's not
It's
a good
raining,
neighborhood
it's
at all.
pouring. The
Yeah.
old man
Yeah.
is snoring. He went
Yeah.
to bed, bumped his head, and never woke up in the morning.
Oh no, that's
Bumped his
you,
head, then
Holy
went to
shit.
bed.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Fucking
Also,
didn't think I'd sneak that one in.
I said it in chat earlier, but I need to say it out loud. Troy scripting Ronaldo's seizure is sweet potato 2.0.
yes.
Oh no, it's a sad stream. We'll never know.
I mean, we might.
That's
a-
true.
we can
Sweet
always
potato
revisit
could
those
roll.
characters.
I
Get
bet
Rainy
you
back
any
on
mo-
here.
The world does need to see
I
me
bet
play
you any
Temple
money
at one
Rainey
point
would
in
come
time.
back to run a Blades in the
I
Dark.
bet he
Blades
would.
in the dark.
I
That would be
would
awesome.
love to play my weird little Audrina once more, my terrifying little teenager.
Yes. The
I
After
wish I
Dark
could
army
join.
needs to meet
Yeah.
Ronnie Swolman.
As everybody settles in for the night, I'm going to take a brief break to feed my cat. She has been incessantly biting my feet. I'll be right back.
Nice.
Hey,
Discuss
I'm gonna
further
replenish
detailed
the mead.
plans if you wish. I'll be right back.
Hey, everyone who got one of those lovely subs, drop a burger in chat.
Drop a burger in chat.
Fill the chat with the burgers.
Also, thank you so much, Doc Void, for your nice comment. I'm glad you love the
Be
game.
right back.
No, that was Gilris.
What? That was Gilris. I thought it was
Yes.
what?
He
They
was,
were
he was
responding to Doc Void.
Oh my gosh. Gilris, thank you so much. Sorry, wrong person. Thank you, girls. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like the game. It is also a really awesome game and book. I wish I had done more of the rules justice, but
We did great
It's really
for-
cool.
Listen, for a DM
and Doc
stream,
loved it too.
for rules, you did great.
I know.
Hydrate, mofos.
It didn't help either that I like read the book and then I forgot all of the rules by like session 3. I was like, oh no, I need to read it again.
As
But it
just
is,
do.
yeah, it is really, really cool. Like the system is really cool.
Yeah,
I love
it's very.
Donovan.
It allowed me to live out my
While we're
pirate
taking a
captain
break, I'm
dreams.
gonna-
It's funny.
And
Go ahead.
no, go ahead. No, go.
I was just gonna say it's funny because for my next game, I'm looking at another ocean game.
What do I get a sneak peek?
So I have no idea. I
Okay.
know that I like the ocean, so that's what I'm kind of leaning towards. But when I was researching what I wanted to play, and I had found Honor and Intrigue, and that's what I went with. But now I when I was researching it, I had run into the Seventh Sea, which I think is like a really complicated game. I haven't looked too much into it, but I've seen a lot of people talk about the Seventh Sea. So I'm looking into the Seventh Sea. There's also a newish game called The Wild Sea
Okay.
that I want to look at too. So I'm thinking maybe one of those might be my next game.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna not worry about running a game for a long time.
I wouldn't.
I'm not.
We got a lot.
And then I'll just like I can run emergency one shots pretty well. That's what I can do.
I mean, it'll be a while anyways too, because I think we're gonna be back to RuneQuest for
At
like a
some
long
point,
while,
yeah.
right? I know Troy wants to run things.
I mean, still be like, I don't foresee us doing like a straight shot through that the way we did before because it's a much longer campaign. So I'd much rather do something
Break it
similar
up.
to like what we did here, where we like did a couple things, took a break. You know what I mean? Took a
Yeah.
break
Yep.
to do a one shot or two, and then come back. Yeah,
I caught the tail end of that conversation, but that sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good to me
yeah,
too.
no. It's I mean, Company of the Dragon is 5 game years, so it's a long ass campaign.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna just.
Gotcha.
I don't want to do that straight through. So
Jess, Bad
Yeah.
Spot in chat says Wild Sea is amazing.
Is it? I
So-
just found it like a day or two ago because we're prepping for Gen Con and we're picking like some of our events for Gen Con. And I usually use Gen Con to kind of, I mean, I haven't successfully done it yet, but I like to go through Gen Con and kind of work on a game because I love to go to like the workshops and the seminars.
Oh, that's cool.
So I like to sit in and kind of have a game in mind that I want to plan while I'm at Gen Con. So I found the Wild Sea like a day or two ago and I was like, this looks so cool. I haven't read it too much, but I'm glad. Okay, that's great endorsement.
Yeah, they
Oh,
said not technically an ocean, but Wild Sea 100%.
It's not. Yes, it's not technically an ocean, but it's like it's adjacent. It's fine.
Speaking of, just dropping stuff in chat real quick while we're waiting for Ken. At Gen Con this year, I will be working with the Frenchies again. So I will be working at the Studio Agate booth. So if any of our viewers are planning on going to Gen Con, please come visit, come see me. Studio Agate they are doing some crazy shit right now. They just released a Kickstarter they just released a Kickstarter not too long ago for Dirg 2 for Shadows of Esteren. So that's the main campaign of Shadows of Esteren since it started. They've been working on the second book now for like 6 or 7 years. So they just did that Kickstarter. They also released a new game called The Tainted Grail, which they've been working in collaboration with I don't remember the name of the company, but they created it's a video game and it's also a board game, The Tainted Grail. And then Studio Agate decided to make a role-playing game with them. Like it's been a big collaboration. And for those of you that like Shadows of Esteren or have heard of it or seen us play it, Tainted Grail is basically an Arthurian version of Shadows of Esteren. So like
That
Knights
fits
of the
really
Round
well.
Table.
Dark
Def-
romantic Arthurian.
yeah, that
Yes.
fits very well.
Dude, it looks fucking awesome. So I'm pretty excited. And then the one last thing that I wanted to say, because this is important for all of our viewers, is I got the okay to cosplay this year at the booth. And basically I can do any type of cosplay that I want. I wanted it to be kind
Catboy.
of something that would make sense with one of the games. So like Fate Forge, which is 5e high fantasy game that Studio iGate made, Shadows of Esterin, Vermin 2024, any of those kind of games, anything that would fit that genre. So if you guys, the viewers, have any suggestions, I'm open. I don't have any cosplay material right now, but I need to start scrapping together some stuff if I'm gonna make it work. So any suggestions, I'll take it. I've thought about maybe like a merchant, like a wandering merchant, or maybe like a
Khajiit
No more
merchant.
thing.
Catboy merchant. Just be a Khajiit.
yeah, or maybe like a OSAG fighter or something like that. So
Nice.
yeah, whatever you've got, feel free to email us, drop it in the chat, whatever you'd like. If there's
Dude,
something
Troy, are you getting Tainted Grail when it comes out? Because
Yeah, oh, yeah. Anytime they do anything, I
to
just
you is
fully
what
back
Chaos
it.
Eve is
Troy,
to me.
you have an
So-
any, right?
Yes.
You got one? Yeah, this son of a bitch started working for Studio Agate just in time and just long enough to get an any and then yeet it out.
Wow.
No, I didn't yeet out. They
got
didn't need me
yeeted.
last year. They didn't
Yeah.
need me last year. So this year they asked me to come and help. The any that
It's like,
the
son of
any
a
that they
bitch.
got, by the way, was for
The soundtrack,
one of
right?
the albums. It was
Yeah.
the soundtrack, Adelian.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
they actually are doing a second album for that right now.
The
They're
music
actually
slaps.
just-
Shadows of
But
Esterin
wait,
music's
the music's
awesome.
really good. But dude, when you get
Fucking
Tainted
good.
Grail, we're running it. Please run it for the stream because I want to fucking
dude.
play that.
Oh, for sure.
Like I
sounds
love,
awesome.
I
Arthurian
like the
stuff.
Arthurian stuff, but I like it with a darker like twist. Like
Hmm.
I actually liked the Green Knight when it came out. Like a lot of people didn't think it was that great of a movie, but I
Hmm.
actually really enjoyed it. Like, and that was that like dark twist on that like kind of retelling of that tale.
Yeah.
So I love that. And Excalibur, of course, is just like chef's kiss. It's
Oh,
a great movie. John Borman's Excalibur, great movie.
Well,
Yeah.
and it fits so well with what Studio Agate has
Yeah.
done, where it's like
Yeah.
incredibly immersive, multimedia, right? Because they already have a video game and a board
Mhm.
game and all this lore and history, and they
Mhm.
just ran with it. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked
Cool.
for it, and I
Fuck.
definitely run it when it comes
Hell,
out.
hell yeah!
Awesome.
All right, back to this.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we sleep.
You sleep, you rest, the morning comes. You all wake up feeling somewhat hungover, depending on who you are, in the evening that you had before. Greasy food sitting either well or not well with you, depending on your digestive tolerance. But you're picking yourself up off of the various beaten up pieces of furniture and or floor space that Rosalie had to offer her guests. There's a little leak in the roof, just like dripping into a
Yeah,
cup. Someone
absolutely.
stuck under there.
Absolutely.
The rain has stopped. It is an overcast day, very muggy, very hot, bit stinky in this area of London. But the day is yours.
I'd be out
Thames.
of here before sunrise, so I probably won't be there when everyone else wakes up. I headed to Riley. Are you coming with me to the dock? Because if so, we got to wake up real early and go.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because I think it'll be better if I can search around. I might be able to find something searching around the dock
Yeah.
potentially.
Dang. So
Perfect.
they both leave before I wanted to tell everyone we should not make a move on the children until we locate the skins.
Perfect.
But Ronaldo and Riley,
That's
not
something-
Ronaldo and Riley
there.
do not.
I
know
would say that
this.
that's something we could have probably discussed last night.
Fair.
Also, we're
Fair.
the ones that plan. We don't have, rushed, stupid
You
plans.
choked on a sweet potato improv to
This
draw away
was
the
a
attention of the
different
cops.
game.
That's a different character,
This is a
Amber.
different
That
Like,
was
we're the
very
ones who
character.
planned. You choked on a sweet potato as a distraction.
Yeah, listen, Amber
Did
and
we
I
get
carried
into the
that
building?
entire adventure, and you know it.
Ronaldo
was
is
so great.
referring to Rosalie and
Then you
Eleanor.
killed a man with a halligan accidentally.
Yeah, I did.
Fucking Halligan.
Different character. But yes, we should not make a move on the children until
Okay.
So we locate the skins.
Rosalie has some tea and apologizes. Normally she would have more biscuits and such, but this
But
some
a
of
wave
them,
has stolen them all.
A wave has stolen them.
Hey,
Aw.
real quick, I'm sorry. Does that mean that this guy can see the
Yes,
Thelkie's?
Yes.
Yes, they can.
yes, he can.
Oh fuck. Okay. Damn, so he's like one of us. We gotta
Yes,
figure
he
out
is.
what the
Like
fuck
us,
that's
yeah.
The
all
site
about.
something he
Yes, the site
encountered
like us.
something or something
For
happened, and
now,
at
he's
some
one
point in
of
his
us.
life, he got the ability.
Mm.
Fuck, dude, that is dope. The plot
Mhm.
thickens.
Mhm.
So I wish I had more, but we can get some breakfast on the way, and go to the Velvet
Well-
Glove.
So I think I'm going to track him throughout the day. I do think it's a good plan to go talk to the Velvet Glove, but I think
All
we
right.
should split up a
Cecilia,
bit.
would you like to do that with me?
Split the
Of
party. I love it
course.
every time.
And I will say,
I do need to stop home.
Rosalie, having seen Cecilia's reaction to Catherine, may have an inkling about Cecilia's romantic preferences and proclivities.
I mean,
And
she was
so
a
when she
pretty
offers for
stunning
her to
woman.
go to the brothel, she's like, "Yeah, totally."
You did
Oh,
notice
I'd
He
love
that
bothered
We'll
to
have
do
brunch
that.
with the
Yeah.
gals.
Rosalie also was like, "Oh, I know that place,"
Yeah,
when he said where he was. So yeah,
queer queens.
we always wind up doing this, don't we, Sarah?
It's you and me, but
Yeah.
listen, we either hate each other or we're like queer old women.
Only now we're
Old?
not old.
Get out of here
We're
with
not
that
old this
bullshit.
time.
No, we're not old this time, even though Celia is middle aged.
Buckle up, chuckle fucks. The children are in danger, and we're sending the lesbians.
Amazing. Randy, that's our intro.
Buckle up, chuckle bucks.
I fucking love it.
So that's what we will do. Rosalie and Cecilia will go off to
Yes.
talk to the ladies
The
of the night.
velvet glove.
Talk to the
Alright, we are gonna
unfortunates. That's what they called them back then.
We are going to start with Ronaldo and Riley because you'll be
Sure.
up earliest and you'll be the first ones to
Mhm.
encounter Brent, followed shortly by Eleanor, who is going to be following him around.
Yes.
All right, Ronaldo, you head down to the docks with your bud Riley in tow. You've made this trek a million times. You've walked these docks hundreds of times. You pass dock after dock, ship after ship. Half of them you've been on to load and unload cargo. You
Mhm.
make your way over to Brent's warehouse. A couple dock workers are already up, starting to move things. One of them's operating a little a lift with some cargo all netted up onto a ship. You recognize one or two of the guys there, knowing that you're like friends with or anything, just people you've unloaded shit with before, maybe sat down, had a sandwich with during lunch, sort of thing.
Mhm. Yeah. Hey, kind of just give him a wave and a nod.
Hey, Brent's around back by the loading doors if you're looking for work. I don't think we have a full crew yet today, so you're in luck.
All right. I don't take it we're moving wool and light stuff today, hey?
Heavy shit and wooden crates.
Heavy shit and wooden crates, perfect. I kind of chuckle and head back this way, where they pointed us.
You head back around. It's a big old wooden warehouse. All the paint and stuff is like peeled off and weather worn from being buffeted by river water and smog and the general grossness on the Thames. And lots of bird poo stains the sides everywhere. There are a lot of gulls and things perching on all the warehouses and stuff. But you head around back. The big cargo doors are open. People are moving things out on dollies. They've got a couple mules pulling some heavier things and stuff around, just starting a bustle. It's not in full swing yet, but the early birds are here and they're already sweating. Brent's by a little desk flipping through some paperwork. He's a little bit red in the face, probably had a late night, probably partake of a few libations. But he looks up when you're just a few feet away and he's like,
excuse me, Brent, sir, Ronaldo, I was hoping you might have some work today. Looking to make a couple extra coins, and this is my friend here, Riley. He's got a strong back and a hard work ethic, and I think he'll do you good if you've got a spot for both of us today.
He's like, got plenty to move. The Daraga's due to be setting off tomorrow, so we got to get her loaded up and seaworthy.
Daraga, you said?
Yep, the Daraga. It is a Irish vessel. It makes a trip between London and Ireland. You've
Oh,
worked on
so
it
that's
before.
not the name of the ship. It's a type of ship.
No, it's the name of the ship, the Darugla.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yep, you've worked on it before. You've seen the captain maybe had him yell at you once, like, put that over there, you idiot. Like,
Gotcha. All right. Anything out of the norm or just standard procedure?
everything in that quadrant's gonna get on the ship. All them boxes from that area all the way over. Heavy stuff, not too fragile this time, but don't drop it.
Sounds good. Thanks again.
And then he goes over, he's like, wages are they're what they were last time. They're they are not comfortable wages. They are, I just got out of prison and no one will hire me wages.
Right.
He's
All
like,
right.
you can see Sean over there. He's the bosun. He's telling everybody where everything goes.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thanks again. Come on, June. All right, over here, Riley.
Jude assumes the position of finding a comfy spot where she can see you to lay down. She ain't lifting shit.
I would say I think Riley, I actually I start like actually moving shit and like working hard like until you tell me like, hey, so what's the plan?
Yeah, you're like, we're fake working today.
Yeah, exactly. So I literally do that until you tell me not to.
I do think Riley will also like move a few crates like onto the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And well, first, while we were having the interaction with Brent, Riley just wants to size him up for the first time. I'm going to roll an observation check.
All right.
And a boy. Ah, fuck, I'll do one too.
I got 2 successes.
Nice.
And it's our skill plus our empathy plus our skill, right?
Correct.
Yep.
So I've got a whole bunch of dice on this bad boy.
This is a great game for those of you who like to play rogues and just roll like fistfuls of decent.
And I have
That's
3
fine.
successes.
All right, you both do very well. You both come in meeting Brent like you're looking to fuck this man over. He is he's a stout man. He's not particularly tall, probably average height. But he's got broad shoulders. He's got some muscle on him, a bit of a kind of pot belly now. His cheeks are a bit ruddy. You can smell a little bit of alcohol on him, probably from the night before. You don't think he started drinking yet today. His hair's gone thin at the top. He has that general kind of gruff demeanor. You don't get no warm and fuzzies from him. You don't think he's much of a people person. He's kind of just looking for efficiency and looking to get the most he can get out of whatever he is engaged in.
Yep.
Whatever he is engaged in. You can tell that he doesn't dress like a wealthy man, but he does have a bit of money. Like his business is not going under or failing by any means.
Right.
He's dressing in more like the workman's clothes and whatnot, probably because it's what he's used to. But you notice like he's got a nice watch. The pen he's using is nicer than what like a poor like a dock worker would ever have.
Right.
It's a nice quill. It's gonna go.
He's the boss. He's got money.
Yep, he's got some money, but it doesn't show it off. Whether that is a personal preference, or maybe he worked his way up from a lower class and still has sort of those habits. You're not sure.
Or it could be very much because we know what his other side gig is.
Mm-hmm.
Those fine little bits and bobbles may not even be his.
Right.
That's true. He does employ children to steal. Whether that is to make it's a little bit strange, like if his docking business is doing well and the children are just doing common sort of pickpocketing in poorer areas, you're not really sure that take would be anything in comparison to whatever he's making on shipping contracts, but
it's maybe more of a power kind of thing.
Could be, but that does strike you as weird as you're kind of looking at him. Some of the things he has, you see the size of the warehouse, the size of the ship that he's working with, and you're like, it's not like one guy with a shed and a boat. Like he's got a little operation here going. He does business, so that strikes you as odd. But other than that, he's got a knife on him, and he is wearing a small gun on a small revolver on his hip. But other than that, he's not like loaded for bear or anything. Nothing like armor, nothing like that. The warehouse itself is quite large. You're unloading about a quarter of it today onto that vessel. One of the other quarters is kind of just sparsely packed. Looks like it might be awaiting some cargo to come in. Another quarter is full of hard crates and barrels and whatnot. There's another quarter that's got kind of a more assorted cargo, sacks, bags, netted goods, things like that. Variety of smells in here. It's got all of the Thames stank. Also some fishy smells. You can tell just by the smell of the warehouse that he does at least sometimes deal in fish and seafood.
I have a cool question about June. How does I mean, I know June's kind of laying low doing her own thing, but as a general rule, she usually doesn't like men. Is she on edge when I'm at the docks? Like historically when I've worked here, has she been on edge? Has she been fine? Does she let people pet her? Like what's her
June does not let people pet her on the docks. She's not in that kind of like friendly or relaxed mode. She doesn't necessarily like kind of growl at people, but she's very wary and sort of watchful. She likes to find herself like a corner where she can put her back to stuff where people can't approach her from, and then she like watches things very carefully.
Okay. I am gonna
she
have
stays
her...
back when you go up to Brent. Like she stays behind you. She doesn't go up and sniff him or anything. She watches him.
Right. I'm gonna have her sniff the glove once she posts up, and I'll just say, hey girl, feel free if you pick up on anything to let me know. And let her kind of sniff around, sniff the glove and stuff like that.
She gives it a good sniff and looks at you with those big dark eyes, the eyes of your closest friend. Her ears kind of perk up a little bit. And then she, moseys about and sniffs around a little. Doesn't look like she's actively tracking at the moment, but she's sniffing around, being a dog, watching people, sidling out of the way when people come by with crates and stuff.
June is MVP. She is the greatest of us.
June saved people from Old Man. June and the priest, MVP in a bloody brawl.
Yep.
MVP, yeah.
Shotgun priest.
I was going to say a priest.
Shotgun, yeah. Machine gun preacher. Great movie, by the way.
Well, not as good as Velocipaster.
Velocipaster was so
I was
good.
just going to say that. Holy shit. Velocipaster's awesome.
Dude, the fucking
genuinely good.
The opening scene, the fucking VFX, like, explosion.
Cars on fire, VFX cars on fire.
Definitely a B movie, but genuinely good.
Oh my god. So good. Yeah, China. Like fucking, oh shit, dude. That's
great movie. Y'all should watch it.
Okay. Riley, was there anything else you wanted to do on the dock, bud?
So as we started to load the boat, like I said, doing a little bit of actual work to look like actual workers. After about the third or so trip in for Riley, he's going to start just like investigating the boat itself.
Okay.
And so are you doing this while just staying in the areas that you should be working in, or are you going to try to sneak off and look at stuff that perhaps you should not be looking at?
Both.
Both. All right.
Is assisting somebody is that a mechanic in this game?
I believe so.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to
it is, yeah.
If so, I'm going to assist Riley by like placing boxes maybe not quite where they're supposed to be. So maybe I don't put it in the room, or I put
You're building cover or
Yes.
giving him excuses to go and move something else somewhere a little farther, sort of thing.
Yes, that.
Yeah,
Yep.
helping each other is gives you a +1
Die.
per individual helping.
All right, so
Heck
you
yeah.
can throw a +1 to his rolls here. So
Hell yeah,
Riley,
brother.
I am going to take a stealth check,
A stealth check.
and
So
your
that is 3,
investigation check,
4.
I think, for the other one.
Two successes for stealth.
Good. And you can get that bonus on both. He's sort of helping you with both things.
Yep. I did roll the bonus for stealth. Because just going through it's like placing crates in the way of me. And
You're just solid snaking it. You're like, da, 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 da,
yeah,
da.
I'm just in a box. And 2 successes for my investigation.
All right, pretty good. With Ronaldo's help putting things and stuff, there's a couple little close calls where like somebody kind of leans over, like, what the fuck is he doing here? And then you like grab a crate and you're like, what the fuck? And you just like kind of move it out and they're like, oh, okay, whatever. You manage to sort of pick your way into other levels of the ship. You managed to get down into the crew quarters a little bit. You managed to find the captain's quarters. The captain is not currently in, which gives you a chance to snoop around through that a little bit, which is where you will find the interesting stuff. The cargo right now is it's kind of various like sundries from London. A lot of it's actually clothes right now. Kind of in new London fashions. This is not like the fancy silks and everything, but it's like middle class ladies wear and whatnot.
Jeggings, if you will.
Yeah, it's a bunch of Lululemon.
It's a bunch of Lululemon.
There's a bunch of Lululemon destined from London to Ireland, it looks like.
Not sponsored.
The hell are these tights?
Stop
Yeah,
shipping
yeah.
save the
Yeah,
Irish.
Riley's wearing them. Very nimble.
I feel like Robin Hood.
Yeah, so it's a lot of like fashion items and whatnot, and then there is also some non-perishable goods, bit of liquor and whatnot too.
Mhm.
One of the things that you note with your investigation check is that although mostly like soft lines goods and like alcohol are being loaded onto the boat does have gear for fishing on it. This is not just a cargo vessel. It's got nets, it's got hooks, it's got the proper pulleys and things and stuff to like fish, to like net fish and deep water fish.
To catch kelpies.
Kelpies.
You could certainly catch large animals in nets with this
Yeah.
boat. It does have an assortment of like spears and harpoons as well. So it's currently bringing cargo, but it can definitely be purposed and used for other things. And the gear does look used.
Eva did mention that she and her sister and I think the boy were caught in his fishing nets. That's how they got captured.
I wonder if they because he does deal in fish, like it makes sense that they'll just like while transporting goods just drop a net and
Yep.
trawl
Yeah.
up anything that they can
Scroll and pick up what they pick up.
Yep.
And it apparently happens to be some silky children. Apparently that's all good.
So it is outfitted for endeavors like that. When you get into the captain's quarters, you have an opportunity there alone, unsupervised for a little while, and you use that to like rifle through some logs and shit. You get an idea of the sort of routes that it takes. This ship does pretty much exclusively take routes from London to seaside city in Ireland.
That voice.
Wait, I'll look up the one that Nico lives by.
Larger seaside
Cork.
cities and ports in Ireland.
It goes to Cork.
It goes to Cork. County Cork, yeah.
Kilkenny, Ireland.
Oh, okay. That is a pretty big.
Kenny.
London
I
is the
called there from
only
one day.
English stop that this ship typically makes, but it does make several stops in different ports in Ireland, typically. So it'll grab on ship in London, hit port, dropping shit off and or picking shit up. There are some charts that you manage to get a look at that give you an idea of places where it does fish and hunt as well in the waters. Like you can look at like, oh, this few square kilometers of ocean off the coast of this seems to be a hot area that it's marked and whatnot there. So you get an idea of that as well.
Any particular spot of the fishing that has been any other particular markings? It's like, oh, like this is a good fishing spot, but like maybe like where the children had been caught, that they may have been noted if this was the ship that had caught them.
Yeah, so looking at the notes on sort of like the fishing areas, you'll note that the kind of favored quadrants have notes on like the size of the takes that they've gotten there and like some dates most recently. And a few of them are just marked with like, there's like a little dash just next to them. That's it. But it's only on some of them. So like you note that too. Like could mean anything, could mean that's where they picked up a silky or something. It's not like explained or anything. There's just a dash there indicating something about that particular spot, that particular date. The most recent date that has one of those dashes next to it is about 3 months ago.
Did Aoife say that when they were picked up?
She did not mention.
But keep in cross-reference the dates, Riley. Like remember the dates so that we can ask her.
Yeah. All right. Riley will get out of here before he gets caught.
You're like, and back to lifting shit and putting shit down again. All right, we'll pivot over to Eleanor.
They pick
Eleanor,
things up,
you
they
make
put
your
them
way
down.
to the docks.
I'm stopping by my house first, my home.
Okay.
I'm gonna change out of my leotard and cape.
You just, with a flourish of the cape, appear on the dock.
Yes. I'm going to feed my pet. I'm going to also tell it that I'm going to do this without it today. I'm going to do this on my own, this one. I can do it. And then I will head to the dock.
There is a letter for you under your door when you enter your apartment.
Letter?
Yep, somebody has like slid a letter under the door.
Oh dear. Okay. I open the letter. Who is it from?
It's from Daryl Davies. Is that his name? Daryl Davies?
Yes, his name is Daryl
Yeah.
Davies.
It's from Daryl Davies. And it basically says like, it's like, hey, Eleanor, hope you're doing well. Like a couple lines of pleasantries. And then it says like, I have a really big show coming up. A Duke is going to be in attendance. This is a chance to earn a like serious patron. And he's like, I want you to do the show with me. Could really change both of our lives. And I need a little extra help.
I rip up the letter and throw it. This is a problem for another time.
Yes, Jess.
All right.
So good. I rip up the letter.
letter.
This guy.
And yeah, I'll head out to the dock.
Yeah, it says I need a little extra help from you and your partner. Like I rip it up into even tinier pieces. All right, Eleanor, you head down to the docks, change to something more appropriate and less obvious.
Yes.
You get to the docks and the sun is up by the time you get changed, get back and forth and all of that. Folks are working along. I said Aoife would have told you like the intersection on the dock area that the warehouse was in. So you're wandering in that general area and you notice June. So you're like, oh, Ronaldo has to be close. You see June just kind of parked over there. And you're like, that is an incredibly distinct dog.
Yeah.
She kind of clocks you too and her tail like thumps a couple times while she's looking at you.
Aww.
But she doesn't leave.
Aww.
All right. It is your move.
Yeah, I'm just kind of scoping out, getting a sense of who Brent is. Hopefully I can tell like who maybe the boss is of this area and this ship. And
Just through observation for now, or you're going to talk to people?
nope, I'm just gonna do observation.
Okay, go ahead and give me, I think it's an observation.
That makes sense.
Vigilance.
Oh, vigilance. Okay, that's fine too.
Oh, you know what? No, observation, actually. You're looking for like who's in charge studying power dynamics, so you can do observation.
Yeah, okay. Oof, I got no successes.
We do have rerolls.
I'm gonna use a reroll for
Yeah.
that.
We have plenty. I got you.
Cha-ching.
I got one success.
All right, you kind of find a little spot to hang out, maybe get some food from a street vendor so you don't look too obvious, just fucking eating some meat on a stick sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit, watch.
You see both Ronaldo and Riley a couple times. You're like, okay, this is the right ship, and then you pay attention to the crew. It's not like an enormous ship. The crew's not like super large. There's probably maybe a dozen or so crew members from what you can see, and then a lot more dock hands working loading and stuff. And the crew members kind of come and go. Some of them are there and they help with like the loading and things. You notice one man in particular, he has to be first mate, something of higher rank. He's telling people where to put stuff. You don't think he's the captain. But he does seem to be someone that others are looking to for guidance. He can yell when he needs to, and he does so.
Gotcha.
After about, you watch for like 30, 40 minutes or so, another man comes along and talks to that sort of middle
First
in
mate,
charge figure on the ship there. And he is wearing some insignia of a captain. So you see him. He must be the captain of the vessel from how he's dressed and the fact that he's talking with the first mate about something. He looks a little frustrated from the conversation. You're parked far enough away that you can't hear it, but he's like, a little bit frustrated. He's not screaming at the first mate or anything, but he's like, I'm pressing something of importance upon him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
you
just
see
gonna
Brent a couple times, or whom you assume to be Brent, like the warehouse owner. He comes out, talks a few times to the captain, and the first mate, you're figuring, goes back inside, but you do manage to figure out who Brent is by watching people with a fair degree of certainty.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill on the docks. I might practice some magic tricks, kind of just eat some food.
Do some busking, street performing.
I don't know if this is a good place for busking because it's mostly workers. It's not really like a busking area.
Yeah, they're like, go away. We're sweaty and we're tired.
Yeah, I'm not gonna busk. I'm more just like practicing some small hand tricks by myself and just gonna chill.
A lot of people start watching you a little bit more closely because you got some sleight of hand skills. They're like, a thief. But nobody bothers you. All right. Cecilia and Rosalie.
We will probably be the last to leave the apartment, I'd imagine. So we'll, because we don't want to go in. They work all night. They sleep late. Trust me, I know. So we'll just we'll head over there like in the afternoon.
Late lunch.
Yeah, late lunch. As a matter of fact, that's what we'll do. We'll bring some lunch. They'll love it.
Oh, yes, that sounds perfect. What do we have?
Oh, we got something.
Okay.
Rosalie,
I gave
I'm
most
rich
of
now.
my money to a waif to a Selkie waif last night, but
Yeah, she's actually like, oh wait. Cecilia, I gave all my money to Afa. I do know a great place where we can pick up some breakfast, like a late breakfast to bring the girls, but I'm a little light on coin, but I'm good for it.
Wait, Rosalie, have you not been paid yet?
No.
Oh, when do you get paid?
Yet. I don't know.
She's like, I've never sold anything.
She's in our...
She's gonna get paid when Amber says she gets paid.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Cecilia,
Never
just
sold anything.
pay me back when you can.
I'll pay you back double.
All right. They'll go buy breakfast for a bunch of sex workers.
Yeah, we'll find a good place that has, street breakfast and bring stuff there.
Croissants and scones and little fruit things. And I don't know.
So if you buy a variety of breakfast appropriate pastries, and maybe you can even find some Scotch eggs, because those are fucking delicious.
With nice real mustard? Oh, fuck me, dude.
Ooh, I've never had a Scotch
no thanks,
egg
but they are
before.
good.
You've never had a Scotch egg, Jess?
Oh, they're good, Jess. Yeah.
I've watched a lot of videos on how to make them, but I've never had one before.
I mean,
funny.
honestly,
They
respect.
are fucking good, dude. Oh my god. We need to do that. If there's anywhere in Indy that sells Scotch eggs, we're gonna find it and do it.
Okay.
You all head down to the Velvet Glove. Velvet Glove in the harsh light of morning looks even rougher than it does in the low lights of evening. There are, when you kind of walk in, from what you can see, like maybe there's one hungover client kind of half asleep at the bar, looking like he had a really hard night, but everybody else walking around is staff or working girls. Tired. They don't have their hair or makeup done right now. They're getting various little picky things that have been put out for them for sort of breakfast foods. None of it's particularly impressive. So when you walk in with some delicious smelling fresh pastries and some Scotch eggs and stuff, a couple of folks kind of look toward you. One of the women comes over to you. You don't think she's the madam, but she looks like a little older than some of the other girls. Like maybe she's been in the business a bit longer. She comes over to you and she's like, morning, ladies. It's a few hours before business starts open and proper, but what can I help you with?
Oh, yes. Well, a good friend of mine was here last night. Not as a customer, but you did him a kindness. My friend Ronaldo, he hurt himself, and you were kind enough to nurse him.
Oh, her expression sort of like immediately changes. She's kind of looking at you like a little bit like, is this trouble like first thing in the morning? And she went over to like address that before it could spread. And then her guard comes down a little bit. Still there, somewhat because you are strangers, but she's like, oh, did he make it home all right? I was so worried about him. Poor dear, we just couldn't.
Yes, he missed. He unfortunately he was coming to my showing. He missed that, but he did get to my place safely. So, thank you so much. I know Brona was the name of the lady that he mentioned particularly, but I know all of you were very kind to him yesterday.
That's me. I'm Bruna.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, Brona. I'm Rosalie. This is my friend Cecilia.
So
Pleasure to meet you. Really, she looks at like the food and stuff you brought, and she's like, "Thank you so much."
Yes, we thought we'd bring
The girls
breakfast for
really
you and
appreciate this.
have some breakfast. Just us girls.
And she's like, "Yeah, you can if you want to set it up on this table here." And then she's like, Ruby, let the girls know that there's some proper breakfast if they can get their butts out of bed." And one of the other girls kind of like goes upstairs and she's like, "Hey, some people brought breakfast. They were all those
Set it up.
friends."
Cecilia, we're not letting them do anything.
No,
And
no.
we will refuse all offers of help and just be like, no, you work hard enough, and just like put all the food out.
Give him a real cute, fancy brunch.
Exactly.
He's like, is he doing better this morning? He
He's
collapsed
doing-
last night.
I know.
He hit his head a bit.
I know. He's doing very well. He's up and about. So again, thank you. He's a wonderful man, and he well, doesn't deserve the circumstances, but none of us really do we?
And so, well, it's a tough life for the have-nots, right? Which is most of us, I think. So, but a little bit easier when we look out for each other, yeah?
Exactly.
She's like, what can I do for you? Other than just thank you again for your kindness and your generosity.
We were also hoping to get some information. There's someone we're looking into that we have some concern about. And there may be a chance he's visited.
Oh, all right. Well, in this line of work, discretion is very important, but why don't you grab a plate and we'll take a seat in the sitting room and you can tell me about this person and I'll see if it's something I can help with.
Understandable. Thank you.
She like fixes up a little plate too, and a couple of the girls come down. They're like, "Ooh, like these are fresh."
Yeah, Cecilia will wait till the girls have gotten theirs, and then she'll take like a little apple tart or something for herself.
Yeah, same
Who
thing.
doesn't love
Rosalie will
fresh
take something very small.
Brona kind of lingers in there until one of the girls in particular comes down. She looks a little younger than the other girls. Probably one of their newer girls. She's not a child, but she's not far outside of childhood, shall we say. She's like
13, 14.
Probably had a home and then for whatever reason was either thrown out of it or ran away from it, sort of thing. And has the look about her like she's trying to land on her feet in a rough and surprising new world. But Brona kind of like waits for her to come down and then she has like her body language is protective toward her. She like makes sure that she like gets some food and everything. And she mentions like, oh, these are Ronaldo's friends. And the girl walks over and she's like, I didn't get a chance to thank him properly. If you would just let him know, I'm Mads. You can tell him that Mads is just thank him for me.
We'll let him know.
Mads, certainly.
Thank you. And Brona like sees her off like with a couple of the other girls before she joins you in the parlor. She sits down with you and she's like, thank you again. Mads is kind of new to the business and well, it's a rough business, but her I do think she traded up with how dreadful her father was. So some clients were giving her a hard time. She doesn't really know not to step out with them yet, and Ronaldo was there and he made it his business to interfere. Doesn't happen often in these streets.
That sounds like Ronaldo.
Hell fucking yeah, it does.
Tell me about the persons or person you're looking for some information about. Do you know their names?
Alred?
Yes, I am familiar.
We call him Tiny Pee-Pee around these parts.
She's like, oh, you mean little
Tiny.
bitch?
Yes, I fucking love it.
I take it he comes here often then?
We're not his only establishment, but it's not uncommon to see him once or twice a week, every 2 weeks or so, as he makes his tours, shall we say. I can't say that he's a favorite client of mine or any of the other girls, but he does pay. He works in the shipping business, yes, down on the Thames.
Yes.
Yes.
And other
What
things we think.
the children?
He's talked about them.
Oh, we know he takes in orphans mostly. Most children end up in places like this eventually, or they age out of places like that into places like this, or dock handing in these parts. Unfortunately, he's got a little pack of mudlarks sifting through the mud and things in the Thames. Some of them do a little bit of pickpocketing, cut pursing. Couple of them come in here once in a while. We have to, give them a bite to eat and throw them out before they get us in trouble with any of our clients. What are you looking into in particular?
Rosalie just takes a deep breath and the room has become palpably colder. Cecilia.
Hmm.
Kind of like shifts for a second, but tries to keep herself focused. And we are trying to.
Sarah, you're just a little bit quiet.
Oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you just a little low.
I can't change the settings.
The
on this
mic knows that its days are numbered and it's starting to act up.
Listen, I'm sorry. Is this better?
No, it's good.
worse?
That actually sounds better.
Okay,
Yeah, it
cool.
does.
So
Yeah.
then I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to talk up more. So Cecilia is talking in a low voice. Sarah's yelling into her microphone right now. So I'm sorry if I sound like shit, guys. So she kind of lowers her voice and just, we're trying to assist someone, one of the children, in trying to get out, as he also there's these girls, the one we've spoken with and her sister.
Her face
You're-
kind of goes grim. She goes, "Is he hurting them girls?"
Yes,
Yes.
and her sister is very sick. And we're trying to
Help
them.
all the children get away from him.
That too, yeah. Just any information about him, anything he's told you that might have given you a hint, or she's very worried about her sister.
Men like Brent, you can't really trust what they say. They always talk themselves up, and present what they think is their best side. My girls, the girls and I don't usually work down by the docks. The clients come to us, so I'm afraid I'm not very familiar with his business associates or anything like that. But if you need us to keep him occupied for a period of time, Ruby's his favorite, and well, she spent some time working for men like Brent before, and anything we can do to help if he's mistreating them kids.
That would be incredible, and we would make absolute sure to pay Miss Ruby for her assistance. There's no doubt about it.
You can't.
Again with the drinking horn, yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
I have to drink
Just all
slowly because it's at the
discreetly
very
drinking
end.
out of this giant fucking horn.
Casually.
Profile view and everything. Just, you know what you're doing, you son of a bitch.
It's at the point where I actually have to drink slowly, or else it's just gonna splash in my face like the boot.
That's fair.
That would
Nice.
be amazing if you did that on stream, Ken.
I don't want to pour a whiskey and soda all over myself right now, so I'm gonna refrain
Mm.
from doing that.
The after dark hours.
after dark. Yeah,
Bonus
so
content.
yeah, Rosalie is
Patreon,
like
just kidding.
Watch
Rosalie
us get
is
sticky.
Rosalie is very worked up about this. Cecilia, you know her well enough to know that, and it is you're actually like your hands are starting to feel numb and stuff. It's cold in here.
Oh.
What are you doing, Rosalie, you some bitch?
Rosalie's just mad.
Spooky girl.
Rona kind of closes her shawl a little bit more tighter over her chest. She says, when do you need him gone? Ruby can take a walk down there and, put on the charm, tell him she misses him. He'll be here within the hour.
I believe we're
You-
trying to look
Tonight? Do you know where he lives?
I do not, unfortunately. He's always he takes his visits in-house.
Right. Well, hopefully we'll find out some other way.
Do you happen to know among other establishments local if there are women that do go back to people's homes that we could try and speak with?
It's possible there's someone I haven't heard of stories from, but most of us girls, we talk a lot, give each other heads up about things, and I think he's pretty much an in-house client at most establishments.
I
Makes sense.
understand that.
Rosalie says, as you can see her breath when she says that.
He's a little, mixed up into, I think, some minor illegalities in his business. So
Cecilia is going to put her hand on Rosalie's arm and just kind
It's
of give
freezing.
She's gonna give it a little squeeze and try and keep her there with her.
She takes a deep breath, and again, you can see her breath when she does that, and then it starts to like warm up in the room again.
You all right, dear?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. It's just all very upsetting to me. That's all.
She kind of gives you like a sympathetic look, like she's like, all us girls have been around men like Brent before.
That's why we choose the bear. So
Choose the bear.
We very much appreciate your and Ruby's assistance.
It's the least we can do. We're happy to help.
There
Sometimes
are
men like Brent who employ little urchins to do petty crimes and whatnot. Some of them are better than the streets for those children, and some of them are worse. It's hard to tell sometimes.
without giving too much away about the one that spoke to us, when a young woman specifies that a man has large hands, you know she's been hit by them multiple times.
Bastard.
And that's enough for us to know.
She sort of like curses under her breath, and she's like, well, if tonight is what you need, wherever his home is, he in his place of business, he will not be at them tonight.
thank you.
You are angels.
Takes one to know one. She gives you a little smile.
She blushes just a tiny bit, but it might be just because of the cold, guys. You don't know.
It's
Wow.
starting to warm up, but it's still cold in here. And
That's like
Take
the
another-
highest compliment ever.
right.
She just like takes a little bite of her apple tart to keep
Aw.
herself from saying anything.
Rosalie just takes her hand and squeezes it. And Rosalie's fingers are actually like freezing cold. And she would like feel that. And she just goes, "Thank you for your kindness to my friend."
You and your friends welcome here anytime for more than just business.
As soon as I find a good enough recipe to make some of these on my own, there will be more coming in the future.
Fresh baked goods are always very welcome here. She gives you a little pat on the head and she's like, "We'll have him out by 6."
Thank you.
And she heads back to the kind of main parlor.
Shit, you guys did great, guys.
Yeah,
Gals.
hell yeah.
This
Way
is
better
why-
than the
Damn.
fucking sheriff. Way better.
Damn.
This is why you talk to the sex worker. Listen, I'm just pulling my old Call of Cthulhu
You
character
really are.
back.
It's
a little bit.
amazing. Yeah.
Dr.
Which one is
Louise
this? Is
Such.
this one we streamed or no?
No.
No.
It's a game that
This is
just
their
so you guys
personal.
weren't in. It was a game I ran for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lenore.
Oh no.
Lunchtime rolls around and the little lunch bell gets rung and everybody has 15 minutes to scarf down whatever they have or buy a like street food. So boys, this is your chance to step away from your work and convene with Eleanor. You have both noticed her by now as well.
Mhm.
Kind of lurking. Eleanor, this is your chance to mingle with any of the workers that you wanted to while they're on break. It is 15-minute lunchtime.
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Long.
You're lucky you even get 15
I
minutes.
was like, that's long.
More than you get at Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, fuck. That hurt.
It's too fucking true.
I have so many memories of just scarfing down overcooked steaks while standing in line. In the
Just holding
kitchen.
it with your hand.
Just
Like,
me and all the other servers just like fucking animals.
Wow.
Just all the
Uh,
steaks that Amber was served.
yeah, except I think they put it back on and cooked it more when I told them it was overcooked. And then they gave it to me even more overcooked.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to eat this leather, but I'm going to complain the whole time.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to mingle with any of the workers. I'm just keeping a watchful eye. I just want to track Brent and maybe the captain, but probably most likely Brent and just follow him where he goes subtly. So I'm not mingling with any of the people, just chilling. But I will talk to Riley or Ronaldo if they come to me.
I will given this time, I think it would be good to gather the few of us that are here and let them know what I had found on the ship.
I have an idea, guys. I have an idea. I'm going to talk to both of you about this over our 15-minute lunch break and say, listen,
This
Listen.
is truly magical.
I said, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, and I also smacked my head real good yesterday. And I kind of like pivot my head, and you guys see this big lump with this big fucking laceration on the back of my head that's all, coagulated and shit. And I say, I think I'm going to tell Brent that I thought I saw a little kid in the water next to the boat, and then they disappeared. I think that could work in our favor. I'll tell him, I don't know if maybe I'm just seeing stuff or I hit my head the other day, but I thought I saw this little girl swimming around the boat, and as soon as I kind of looked back to check again, she was gone.
Do you think that
that might get him worked up and might get him to try to go find them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think that
That
would
is what happens,
risk-
Eleanor. You can follow him.
But do you think that would risk getting them in trouble or hurt?
I don't think so because he doesn't think that we can see them, right?
Well,
But
He has
it might
normal
be-
human kids too.
he'll
Yeah, he has
also, yeah.
hormone- no,
Well,
no.
yeah, he'll also know then that you can see them too, which
No.
Might not
But
mean
I'm
anything.
telling him that I'm dehydrated. I knocked my head the other day. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm just seeing stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I called
But
out to them, and then next thing I knew, they were gone. I don't
we,
know if it's just the heat or what, but
Mm,
we
I don't.
also don't need to find the children. We know where the children are. That's something Aoife can lead us to. We don't
Yeah,
know where
Aoife said that the children stay
are
in the warehouse. Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
know where the skins are that he's holding on to. So I don't know if the skins have any sort of. I know nothing about Silkies, so I don't know if the skins have any power. So if he would go there,
She did tell us that they need this. They
They
can't
can't
leave
go
without
home
their
without
skins.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I just don't know if he would go to the skins. We know where the children are. We don't need to find the children.
Yeah.
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I think it would be putting the,
Kids
especially
at
if he
risk.
had, it would give risk to the kids,
Mm,
especially because
okay.
they work at night and they should be sleeping around this time.
Okay.
But what I had found is this ship it only stops here in England, and then it goes around. I found some, not only does it transport things, but it also fishes while it does. There were a few notations in the captain's log of areas that were of importance on the fishing, in the during around some fishing spots. So I think that those areas may have been, where they caught they pulled up something of importance. I think if we can get to, Brent's log, he may have the actual notations of what those marks mean.
Mm.
So I think I would like to try to get into his office. If Ronaldo, you do want to say it's like, oh yeah, you were loading up the ship, and oh, a box fell on my head.
Gather some attention. You guys talk to Brent. I don't know if this makes a huge difference, but does he seem like Irish or English?
He's English.
He's English.
Brent
Okay.
is English. The crew of the Daraga is Irish.
Okay. You guys don't think that he might be keeping the skins outside of London, do you? Because that would be very difficult.
That is kind of why I had searched the ship,
Yep.
a little bit to begin with, to see if, like, oh, maybe they were, kept on this ship, but maybe he had paid enough to keep this, to get the skins from the captain, because then why else would the children be obeying him?
Mm.
So like he's most likely has them. We just still have to find them.
Mm.
You're kind of hanging around corner of a building, like off to the side of an alley so you don't get mowed over by traffic.
Yep.
And having this conversation, snacking on whatever street food that you have. You're talking, you're like deep in the conversation, you're all thinking about what you can do, and then you just hear like Aoife's voice. Did you find out what you're going to do with Brent yet? She's just like there. Just out of nowhere.
Wow. We're still
We're
looking.
working on it.
We're working on it. We're still looking for your skins, unfortunately. I think we have a plan to deal with Brent, but we want to make sure we can find a way to get you home first, too.
He's counting his money now. He does that every day. He's up in his office.
Aoife, do you remember when you and your friends were taken?
Seems like it's been so long, but my sister and I we were about the same size, I think, as when we were taken before. It's been she sort of like looks up at the sky looking a little lost, and then she
How many
kind
moons
of
then?
stares at the like pale silhouette of the moon in the blue sky, and she says, three moons. It's been like 3 moons,
3 months.
going on 4.
Does that match with the dates that Riley lined up?
Yeah.
The last major like fishing thing was
Yeah.
the little boy.
Oh, he's
the
been here a lot longer.
does he talk about how long he's been?
He's he says he's starting to forget his mum's voice.
Oh,
He doesn't remember which waters she's from. And me and Ola, we keep telling him that he can come home with us, and then our mum can help find his mum. If you get us out, you have to take him too.
Are there any uh what was the oldest
Child?
notation
Oh, notation.
Oldest
for
notation was 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Oh, okay.
What
There are
spot was
more
that?
than 3 notations on it though, so like it's
Yeah.
whatever it is not, unless some Silky children have died or been moved on elsewhere. It's not
Mhm.
one for each child. The oldest one is 2 years though. There's probably like 6 or 7 notations
6 or 7
on it.
notations.
More of them are more recent. Like that 2 year one, there's like almost a year gap before the next dash, and then there was a couple months, and then there are like 3 kind of in the last 6 months.
All from that same like fishing spot, or from
There's a couple different spots that are
different
noted.
spots.
Yeah, there's like 3 different ones.
Ronaldo kind of looks at you guys, and you can see a very different Ronaldo than the person you normally see. He looks really worried, and he turns to you, Eleanor, and he says, "What should we do?"
I mean, ask around maybe, see if Brent goes to other places or owns other things. You said he's in his office counting his money right now. He does it every day.
Counts
Is
his
this-
money every day, and then after he's done counting his money, he leaves in a carriage, and then he usually comes back in the evening to tell us where we should be working.
What is his
We need to
office?
follow that carriage.
Yeah, is his office in the warehouse?
Yeah, his office is in the warehouse. It's up the stairs. There's a window that looks over the harbor, and his office is there.
Do you know where his carriage is?
I don't think it's his. He waves at the carriages that are
Gotcha.
driving by.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. We'll do our best. We're still working on it.
Riley, what if we go up there and I
Do
say,
you have any
I got hit
extra
in the head
food
with
I
a
can give
crate.
to Allah?
whatever I was eating, I did.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was just like,
Literally
do I
whatever
have
I was
any
eating.
food? Yeah, we've
You're all
been
like,
eating
and
street
lunch.
food. Yes. Yeah.
And pocket rolls.
Yes. Yeah.
She's like, thank you. I gotta go now, so
All right.
nobody notices me.
Yeah.
And she
Right.
kind of goes to the corner and like looks around both ways, and then she does a little oop against a car, oop, and crosses the road and gets back into the warehouse.
Riley, what if we say I got a crate fell on my head and knocked me senseless, and we run up there and maybe at least we can get a look in his office if nothing else.
Well, I had on my and as you probably know as well, like the men who pay for daily wages, they hate it when you try to duck out early.
Right.
So I think if
They're
we
like, fuck you, your brains are still in your skull. Pick up the box.
yeah, I think if you go and ask for your wages early, he might get
We can use that.
we can use that as a distraction.
use
You
that.
can draw him out of his office at least for the time being, and I could sneak in and see what I can find in there.
Cecilia,
Right.
Rosalie, if you were planning to swing by the docks after your lunch with the ladies,
That's
that
what I
time
was
is
thinking,
about
yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
you're coming by down on the main thoroughfare. There's the street vendors. It's busy right now. You can tell most folks are on lunch, getting off of lunch, or getting on lunch from different boats and stuff. Street food is flying off the shelves, so to speak. And you notice June at a corner.
June, our beacon of
June is the beacon. June is real big, so
Cecilia will kind of give her the little wave and just, where's your dad?
as you approach, you can see that the crew, so to speak, is gathered just inside the mouth of that alley. June is kind of posted up, like watching people.
Ah. She'll give her chin a little scritch if she lets her, tell her she's a good girl. And
Yeah.
then
Definitely. Rosalie gives pets as well. You must pay pets to June.
Mhm.
they'll kind of head over.
Yeah, I think Rosalie is probably the only one that June lets pet her other than me. So
Oh, really? Oh, she likes
Cecilia
girls.
will do the then
she
Cecilia
does like girls, but
she would know that, but then
Oh,
she will
women.
just give her the cordial sniff my hand. You don't have to
yes.
touch
Sniff,
me,
sniff,
but
sniff.
remember that we're friends.
Ah.
That
Do you want to
cordial
sniff?
thing,
Sniff, sniff.
Yes.
Nice.
excellent. And then she
Yeah.
will go around her.
Rosalie will absolutely pet her.
When
Scritches.
you guys make it to us, you
It's
can see
tense.
we're kind of chatting, we're talking and stuff, and I notice you and I say, hey, we don't have a lot of time. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna say I had a crate fall on me, it hit me upside the head, knocked me senseless, and I'm gonna go and ask for my wages early and if I can leave early. We're hoping that's gonna really tick Brent off. And then a person in an emotionally unstable state is a vulnerable person. So I don't know what we're gonna do with that, but that's the best plan we've got right now. We need to do something.
Use it to look around
we've
his
got an
office, I suppose.
We've got an update for you. We made a friend. Miss Ruby will be swinging by later to talk to Brent. And we'll have him out of here by 6. He will likely be liquored up and enjoying a night with his favorite girl. And we will have this place to ourselves in the meanwhile.
And his home, if we can find where that is.
Wonderful. Brent is supposed to be leaving soon to go somewhere by carriage. We're hoping that we'll follow him, some of us, or I can.
Do any of you think you could snag the key to his office while I create a distraction? Or
but
find a way to make it not lock, like
Can
shitty
you make
stuff
it
in the
disappear?
I could.
Eleanor? You're like
I mean,
blood everywhere.
I mean,
I-
if you're going up there about a work injury, the only person that would make sense to be up there with you is Riley.
right.
I
Riley?
know how to pick
Unless
locks.
June
Yeah,
can
I
do
can-
Do
it.
you have quick hands?
Yeah, I can make sure I like I said, I want to, while you're causing a distraction anyway, I want to take around his office while that distraction's going on, and maybe if others can help with the distraction, probably be all the better.
I can make a scene.
You can definitely make a scene as well.
Very
Maybe
well.
You want to follow Brent, so maybe it's best you stay unseen
I
so he
think-
doesn't notice you.
I
And
think
then
this
I
is
can.
while Brent is in the. Oh, that's true. That is a good point.
No.
I do want to follow Brent. Yes.
I'll stick
Okay.
with you, Nora. That way there's but better that 2 of us can possibly try and follow where the carriage is going.
Yes.
Okay.
How scared
about
is your
this?
head, Ronaldo?
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
I'll make my way over to a crate of boxes and I'll just pick one up and I'll just fucking throw it on the ground so it busts open.
Oh,
I'll make sure
ground is
nobody's
big.
looking.
Fuck.
Like I'll make sure nobody's around or whatever. It's lunch hour, right? So people are probably preoccupied. And the plan is to do that and then to fall on the ground and just, rip open
Oh
my
no, I have
Not in the
fallen
back
and
of
I
my head
cannot
again.
get up.
and then and
Get
then
your
have
scabs
Rosalie
till they're
let out.
bloody.
Yeah, in her most shrill.
Yeah. just like make a huge scene about it.
And then Riley, you come running.
And just like start yelling and screaming about workplace safety.
The fucking scabs are here.
Yeah.
Well,
And
what
then
I can do is
Riley,
go
you
and
can help carry me up to the office.
well now actually with this plan I could probably just go and
Go into the office and snoop around.
Oh.
no
Oh,
tell him, oh hey, like a
Oh.
box fell on Ronaldo.
quick emergency. Yes.
And
Nice.
see if
That's a
he,
good
if he
plan.
just
Love it.
goes, you just
All
stay
right.
behind. Nice.
Yep.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. All
Let's
right,
do
yeah,
it.
I will make
Okay.
the scene. I'm going to, so I
Like
would
you
like to
saw
roll.
it. Oh man, that box
Yeah.
is like
So manipulation, I guess, is
down
what
Fell
I
off
roll.
of that
and
lift
let
over
my head
there.
bleed
Yeah.
everywhere.
I'm gonna get some of his blood and like just put it on me, like I get the splatter, and then I'm going to, I'm gonna roll. Yeah, is that manipulation?
Nice.
Yes, or yes, it is manipulation.
Yeah, I'm gonna just make a
Yep.
huge scene.
Oh my god, I think
Yeah.
he's dead. You're like, I'm not dead. You'll be dead soon.
I'm gonna use a reroll because that is 6 dice and not a single success. That's ridiculous.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
Yeah,
Dang.
Do
one
I need to
success.
make any rolls,
One
You can
Amber?
success.
also push, remember? Like pushing is a mechanic that you
Can
have
we?
variants with.
I got one
Oh, that's
success,
right.
but can we also argue that
I forgot.
Ronaldo was helping me because he literally busted his head open?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Grab an extra die.
2 successes. That's another 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
right. You're like, oh my god. Like,
Yeah, and I'll just.
There's blood everywhere.
And I'm going to be like a Karen from hell and just start screaming about this place.
The
you're like, I'm gonna tell the union about this. Then everybody's like,
People just come and shoot
oh,
us.
the doghouse over there.
Meanwhile, I'm going to use this opportunity to take a quick nap.
Ugh.
All
All right, Riley, you go running on in to the warehouse. You're like, fuck. You go up the stairs.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
And
You go up the stairs. It's easy. There's a kind of like stairs that go up to like a little bit of like a catwalk kind of thing.
Mhm.
And there are a couple doors and whatnot up there, but you know the window. You were looking at the window all day.
Yep.
That must be the office window. So you head toward the door that has to lead to that end of the room. Unless you want to poke through other doors. There are people about and stuff, but they're not paying it super close attention. Like they know that you're here, but they're not like watching you. There are mostly people down below. Like one guy is on the catwalk walking around.
you know what, I will because it is my first time here, I will just like open door, not office, close, and just kind of like take note of what's there.
Okay, you open up one door, it's some kind of storeroom. It's not cargo, it looks like. It looks like it might be things taken from cargo for special clients or self. There's a lot of crates of liquor that you spy. A couple other boxes that you have no idea what's in them, but you're like, okay. Another door you go to is locked.
All right. And then I'm guessing it's just 3 doors, door, office.
Yep.
I'll bust in.
The office door is also locked.
Also locked. No, that's right. He is counting his money right now. So
Just
go to
bang
open
on
it.
the
So
door, Riley. Fucking,
Yeah, so-
hey, help.
so like the door has like that thunk of being trying to open, and then bam, bam, bam.
It's like, I'm busy, come back later.
I'll just yell through the door. Ronaldo was leaning on a stack of boxes, and the top one fell off and smashed him in the head. He's on the
Bloody
ground.
hell. Had to get a bloody hell in there.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
There's some lady yelling about workman's comp.
Busts
Yeah.
through the door, flies out the window.
And now now there's just this woman just screaming over his body, disrupting all the work by the
Is he
all the
dead?
workers.
Fuck.
No, but-
And you hear like the screech of a chair being like pushed out heavily.
Yeah.
And then a couple moments later he opens the door. Is he fucking dead?
I don't know. Like I saw him on the ground. I saw the woman screaming. And I got no
Bleeding pretty
medical.
good.
I got no medical. I can't do anything
Well, no
To
one's
that
got any
s-
medical here. It doesn't come with the job. Days,
Not
work, days, wages, nothing else.
not medical. I meant like
No
I,
medical,
I
no
know nothing
benefits.
about medicine.
I can't do anything for
Anything,
him.
yes.
I'm coming to the boss who probably should.
According
Oh,
to
what the fuck.
OSHA.
He goes and he's like, well, there's not much I can do.
You might want
See if he's
to.
fucking dead or not. He closes the door. He's like, just need fucking second guy dead this month. Fucking curse the luck to hell. And he takes out his keys and he locks the door
Second guy
behind
dead
him.
this month.
This is actually a safe working
It's only
environment
the
for them.
fourth.
Yeah, yeah.
Only the fourth. You clock the keys. He locks the door.
Days without death, he changes the
Sticks them
sign.
back in his pocket. You know which one,
Zero.
and he starts to bustle down the hall. If you wanted to try to pick the keys out of his pocket, you can, or you can try to pick the lock. You can bide your time, whatever you want to do. But he is now shoved keys in pocket, heading down the catwalk.
Last time I checked, Lululemons didn't have pockets.
He comes out and the other room is the choicest of Lululemons that he keeps for himself.
He's a working man after all. He needs that
Aw.
flexibility.
I'll take note of the pocket, but I have I got a set of lockpicks in my back pocket. So
Fuck yeah, you do, not a cop.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you do not a cop.
All right, he heads down the stairs and you hear him like shout to somebody. Hey, the Ronaldo guy split his head open. Is he fucking dead? Somebody's like, I don't know. Some woman screaming. She's in hysterics. Yeah, she got money? I don't know.
She got money.
Fuck.
all right, with
goes-
this,
Go get Sean. And he finishes going down the stairs. You hear him walking down through the open warehouse.
all right, with these distractions,
Nice.
I'm going to take my pretty much anyone up here kind of followed him down.
The guy that was kind of hanging out on the catwalk doesn't follow him down, but he has moved around the catwalk and he's looking down like into the hallway. He's not looking at you
Okay.
right now. So if you make a lot of noise or something, you don't have infinite tries
Yes.
here, but if you are quick and subtle, you think you've got a shot to get in without being noticed.
All right. So I got 4 dice regularly. Do I get 2 dice for their assist for my stealth? 1 for each.
For sure, yeah. We're both creating a distraction for you. Right?
I'll give it to you. Yep.
All right. For lockpicks, I get 1 extra as a
Ooh.
bonus.
Fuck yeah, Mr. Not a Cop. I'm not a fucking cop.
It's not the Tuma.
That
The Tuma.
is 1 success. Out of
Push it,
7 dice.
Riley.
Damn it.
Push it. Push it.
Hmm.
Push it real
Yeah,
good.
Betting
that-
one
that-
success, right? Or you're gonna push.
Kind of a good opportunity.
You can use your token to refresh your damage this scenario if you haven't done it already. Push.
That
Push.
takes
Do it for
that
the
also
fans.
does
Do it for
that
the
also
fans,
does
Riley.
take time.
We also have rerolls, just saying.
Yeah.
We're sitting at 6 right
What
now.
is this?
Dude, use one.
You know,
Nah, he's got
no,
1 success though. So like,
no one has pushed. Let me
yeah.
just read.
I would
Atta
push
boy, Riley.
Let me just read the pushing rules for this system.
You take
Ah,
Give
damage.
that a
You take a condition.
Yep, you take a
pushing rules.
condition.
Condition. You must
And that's
roll
when-
every
that's
dice
when
except
Riley-
6s. Okay.
You
That's
reroll
when
everything that's not a skill.
Ronaldo springs to life. And he jumps up and the crate that hit him on the head was full of salt and pepper and he goes boom, 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 boom.
All right. I'm pushing that roll with 1 success.
All
Trying
right.
to kind of get this quick. Just one success, and I'm going to
Success.
take, because it's a precision roll,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to take exhausted.
Ah,
Been a long fucking day.
Mhm.
You've been lifting a lot of boxes.
been a long
That
day
is
too.
true.
Yeah.
You don't actually do this for a living like I do.
All right, Riley. The lock opens and you manage to slip inside.
All right.
There is monies spread out about on the desk. That is the first thing that you notice. He is in the middle of it. He's got things sorted into stacks that probably mean something to him.
Yep.
He's got a ledger open on the desk as well. There is a bottle of liquor on the desk also.
Is it
There's a little
empty?
hutch with more bottles of liquor in them. They're nice.
Hmm.
Other than that, the office is kind of sparse. It doesn't have too much for decorations in it. There's a couple pieces of like nice furniture. A couple little like pieces of scrimshaw, like little sailory knick-knacky things, but not too much in the way of decoration or anything. It kind of looks like he was like, maybe I should try to decorate something because I'm a big boss man. And then he'd like put 2 pieces of scrimshaw on a shelf and he was like, I'm done with this.
He's like, that's good enough. All right. So I'm going to like I'm gonna keep the
Nice.
I'm gonna
Excellent.
not leave the money untouched, the liquor untouched. What I am looking for is the ledger. And I'm also gonna just open his drawers to see if there's any other ledgers that he has.
Yep, he does. There's like a little history of ledgers in there. 4 or 5 of them. Those are all full. The ledger on the desk right now is an unfull ledger. It is his current ledger. And you can start flipping through it, trying to be quick about things.
Yep.
There is an accounting of his what you think is like his expenditures and income from shipping and sales. You can see what he is paying the vessels to come out. You see the name of the he works with primarily 3 vessels. From the names of the vessels and the names of the captains on them, they all appear to be Irish. The captain of the Daraga is Captain where is Captain
Morgan.
Connell McFarlane. There's where McFarlane is.
Can one of them be
So you
Captain?
got his name.
All right.
Go ahead and make an investigation test.
And how far back does this current ledger that's open and he's working in go back?
This current ledger covers the past 2 years about.
Okay. So that is good. That is the only one that I have to. That
Would be interesting to see how far back he started doing this, though. Not that you have time to figure that out, but
from this ledger, how thick are his ledgers?
They're like 300 pages.
let's just say he's compensating for something with the thickness of his ledgers.
So yeah, we can probably assume like each ledger's like 2-3 years.
Yeah, probably.
So maybe like the past 15 years.
10 to 15.
10 to 15 probably. But 2 successes for my investigation.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
In the investigation, you're looking through, you're looking at the numbers, you're looking at the descriptions of goods going in and out. He does mostly deal in soft lines and non-perishable goods, a lot of alcohol. You notice that a few of the shipments, the payments to the Daraga seem high for what is in them. You look and you cross reference, you like, this is a very similar cargo load here. This one was paid this much, and this one is a similar cargo load, but it was paid significantly more. There's no accounting for that anywhere. There's not like an extra item. There's no special marks or anything. Just the amounts seem not consistent with what was shipped on a couple of them. He does deal in enough money that it is unlikely, you think, that he is keeping all of this money in a coffee can in his yard somewhere. He probably banks. And you're looking at the ledgers and you notice that he does denote like deposits. It does not specify which bank the deposits are at, but he does deposit money somewhere. You're assuming probably some kind of bank.
Dude, fuck this guy.
Okay. I think
literally child trafficking.
It is all of the suspiciously high paid cargo loads are to the Daraga. There are no other suspiciously high ones in any of the other vessels that he works with.
Okay. So the
Good to know.
Darga is definitely the one that's been that what it confirms Riley's suspicion at least that it's the ship that's been picking up the
Silkies.
Selkies, yeah.
We need to find out more about their skins. Like maybe there's a book at the headquarters that
house?
like talks about how far they can be or how long they can be without them. Like we
Yeah.
got to find that out because if their skins
The-
are in fucking Ireland or something, we're fucked.
Yeah, they
Like
can't be. He's got to have possession of the skins, though. They can't be that far because the kid,
Yeah.
like,
They could also be on the ship.
if this was a power
he's
thing,
got
right?
possession of them. Yeah, he's
It's
got
true.
to. Yeah.
If this was a power thing because he doesn't have here's maybe this is slightly metagaming here, but I'm thinking maybe something tragic happened to like his kid if he had a child and something related to that caused him to get the sight and now he's taking it out on these little fucking silky kids. I don't know,
Care about
but
his backstory. I just want the kids. That I'm
Like,
gonna
fuck
fucking
this
kill
guy.
him.
Fuck his
It's also hard
I only
because it
know
could
it's
be
gonna happen
anything.
to him,
if
and
it's a
not gonna
power
be
thing,
good.
right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, maybe he's got him on display or something like
Yeah.
that. Maybe he's that fucking arrogant. Or I don't know. I'm
Mm.
Yeah.
thinking out loud.
I know that so we had gone over the previous session that they can't return to the sea without their skin. So they're trapped on land.
Mm.
So like that's why they need their skins. Like
Mhm.
but they all right. Riley has everything that he wants from the office. He's going
Is there
to
any like? Can you see like secret compartments or anything? There might be skins.
He didn't notice any secret compartments.
Take a couple bucks when you leave. He doesn't pay us enough.
He's going to set the ledger back right. He's going to set the drawers back right. He's going to leave the office.
Expert
And,
You
guy.
open the door, and the guy who was on the catwalk is heading over right to you, looks right in your face as you're coming out.
Fuck.
And he's
Kill
like-
him.
He's like, "You're not supposed to be in there."
Shit.
Ah, fuck, Riley.
And he's got like a cudgel on his hip, and he like reaches for it.
Yeah.
Riley, what do you do?
Fuck. Get him, Riley. Get him.
Like I throw him over the edge. Oh, another guy fell in.
I was just gonna say, it looks like 3 guys died this month.
Head trauma everywhere.
Riley's gonna
Intimidate.
lie.
Intimidate. Beat his
You're
ass.
like
Riley.
lie. Well,
I thought this was the bathroom.
But actually shit in his office.
You shat on it. You're like, listen, boss is a dick. I just took a shit on his desk.
I'm with the union.
you're literally my union lawyer. Just shit on his desk.
True story. Amber's union lawyer actually shit on somebody's desk.
That's amazing. I love him.
He's a star.
Wait,
Yeah.
Is this Aaron?
How many times has this
bro.
motherfucker been arrested, Amber? Like
40,
1,000?
like so many.
Like 40 fucking
Really?
times?
Although to be fair, like people love, like I mean, that's kind of common in unions. If you go to like picket lines and protests and stuff, cops love to fucking arrest you. So
Honestly, that makes
it's all
me
stuff like that, like public disruption.
that
things like
still
you know.
makes me respect him more, though.
I know, right? Mm.
Yeah, that's fair.
Badass.
Don't fuck with the Teamsters.
Yeah,
Shit on
definitely.
your desk.
And that's the best thing they'll do.
That's the warning shit.
That's right. That's the warning shit.
So I'm going to roll my manipulation first.
And you're like, depending on how good it is, will depend on the story
I
I've
say.
crafted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I already have what I have in mind.
An idea. Okay.
It's just basically like how well is this? How well is what is this, Sean?
This is not Sean.
This is
You
not Sean.
have no idea who this guy is. He's
Right.
English. Whoever he is,
Whoever this
probably-
enforcer is how well he believes me.
I was gonna bandage the head wound with all of this paper money.
And I mean, like, at this point, like, yeah.
Give it a roll, Riley.
Let's see. Oh, I got 1 6 so far. I got to re-roll one because it rolled up onto my keyboard. That is 1-6.
What do you tell him?
So I got 1-6. I tell him it's like, oh, I heard a thump after the boss went down to check on Ronaldo, and so I just tried the door and it was unlocked. He must have in his rush not locked it correctly, and I thought it was someone sneaking in through that window, but his scrimshaw fell off his shelf.
That's
the
really good,
worst
actually.
lie ever.
We're gonna let that sit for a minute, and we're gonna pivot to the street. On the street, Ronaldo's laying. Rosalie has smeared herself in his blood and is ranting about these terrible work conditions and how y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Something,
Where's
something,
the
something.
hard hats?
Sean and Brent and a couple like rubberneckers, stock hand equivalent of rubberneckers, are coming forth now to the scene of the crime. Sean's like, "Oh, Ronaldo, what have you done, you big oaf? How'd you manage to crack your head open? You're alive?
I'm emaciated.
You managed to crack your head open. This isn't what you get paid for." And then Brent's just like, "Are you fucking dead?" And he like nudges you with a shoe, and he's like, "Lady, stop screaming."
Oh,
He's
fucking
like, "Don't
scream
you-"
more.
And like gets right in his face and is like, "You own this place? What sort of just starts
He
doing that."
owns the box factory. He's the inventor of boxes.
I invented boxes. Maybe you've heard of him. His name is W.B. Mason.
Amazing. Amazing.
Oh my
The
God.
attention of both Sean and Brent are now completely on you as you are just throwing like the full Karen in the middle of the of the road.
Meanwhile,
Ronaldo,
I'm
no one's
bleeding
looking at you
out.
right now except for like
I'm just
lollygaggers.
bleeding out.
They're like, "Lady, we're sorry your dress got stained." Brent's like, "What the?" He's like, "Here's $5. £5. £5.
Holy shit.
That's
No,
a lot of
it's gonna be
money.
more
Take
like
that
a
and
couple
run,
pence,
Rosalie.
Hammer.
Here's
Like,
£5. Buy
Pence.
yourself a new dress.
oh,
He's
Oh.
not fucking dead. Just get out of here."
Look at Rosalie just raking in money.
Rosalie's like, "Fine."
she just stuffs it. Just, yeah, she
This
stuffs it.
leaves
And
me to die.
actually,
I'll start getting up now, by the way. I'll start like kind of coming to and like
When you start getting up, Sean kind of crouches down and he's like, "How many fingers am I holding up?"
I'll say 3.
He's like, "You fucked."
Yeah, fucked. You're dead. He throws me in the river. Oh.
all right. Rosalie will leave on that. She'll just huff off with the £5.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. My meal comp.
Yep. I'll get up and I'll kind of like straighten myself too. And I mean, I'm completely with it right now. I'm just pretending I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "Oh, I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry. I tried to get back to work. I took a quick lunch and I don't know. One of the boxes fell on my head."
Sean's like, "Don't stand under the boxes." Brent's
As
like,
he
"Yeah,
has
don't
like
stand under the fucking
multiple
boxes."
lumps on his head.
He's like, Brent just goes, "You're all right. You're all right." And he gives you a slap on the shoulder.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're fine."
I'll
You
give
know.
him a slap on the shoulder with my bloody hand.
He stops and he kind of looks at the now like a little slightly alarming amount of blood, and he says, he's like, fuck." He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out, I don't know, like a £1 note or coin.
No, it's
whatever the
okay.
fuck they're
I
in.
don't. No, I'm fine. I'll be good. I just need a few minutes and I can get back to work. I'll just take a couple
Ooh.
minutes and get some water.
If you
Do you have
drop something, you're done for the day.
Do you have any rags or anything I can wrap my head with?
Any
Yeah,
skins?
Sean,
Maybe like
get,
a
Sean,
skin,
get him
something
cleaned up.
skin-like.
He's like, "Sean, get him cleaned up. Make sure he doesn't fucking die." And then Brent just starts like heading back inside. Sean's like, "All right, Ronaldo, come with me. Get you cleaned up."
Okay. That's the end of this charade. So hopefully Riley's doing good upstairs.
Yeah, we're all like, that was great. We're awesome.
Meanwhile-
Riley's dead.
Riley's getting clubbed to death.
Meanwhile, he listens to your lie and he goes, I don't
Right.
fucking know you. You never worked here a day in your life. You're a fucking thief, aren't you? He's like,
False.
He'll throw up his hands. It's like, "Hey, you could check my pockets. I got no coins on me anyway. I was working for a day's wages."
he's like, you're gonna write right here for the boss. He's like, actually sit down. And he points with the club, like just in front of the door, like you're in timeout, like sit down.
I'm gonna need you to take that club and shove it up his ass, Ken.
Riley's not that much of a fighter, so he's gonna.
Riley
do
just
what he's
leaps
told.
over the edge of the railing and then falls on his biffs it falls on his head right in front of Brent. Brent's like, what the fuck? Are you fucking
God.
dead?
He pushed me.
Assassin's Creed style, just into a bale of hay. Just
Do you sit, Riley?
Yeah, right. He'll sit.
Riley's in timeout. Okay,
oh,
Brent.
No, Riley, you're doing the worst things. Damn it.
Eleanor, Cecilia, anything in particular? Or have you just kind of moved off and joined the lollygagging crew to watch?
I have a plan that I want to talk about with Cecilia, but we can do that later or we can do that now.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Okay, Cecilia, I have a plan.
All right.
I don't know what the chances are, but I'd like to convince one of the roving coachmen that I'm doing some research on my next big trick. And I'd like to know how carriages work and how they move and things like that. So I wonder if they'll let me kind of join along. And the chances are not so great.
What the fuck?
No,
This is
it
like
will
the
be the
worst plan
carriage.
I've ever heard in my
What
life.
is happening?
I want to do
That it will be, yeah, that
With
it
a
will be the
taxi
carriage.
driver.
Yep, that picks up Brent, but that's my plan.
I mean,
You can literally just get in the carriage behind him and be like, follow that carriage.
That is true too.
It's just the classic
Yeah.
thing.
That is true
Like,
too.
that's the trope.
I
right?
don't think he's a rather,
Oh,
from what I've
fuck, that's
heard,
hysterical.
in talking to
Step brother, how do you boil water? How do carriages work?
Well, because I mean, it's a little bit different. I need to know like how they actually work to like run over a person or possibly not run over a person. It's not just how they
This
roll.
carriage guy, oh man.
in talking to the women, I believe he's not I mean, obviously we know he's a fucking asshole, but like he's not gonna let you just like ride in the carriage with him.
Oh, I'm not
but
going to ride in it with him. I'm going to be sitting with the driver.
maybe, or
I do think we should split up just in case
you
I
could
don't
try
get
and
him.
hop on the back.
That seems a lot more suspicious and noticeable.
True. I don't know.
I fucking love you.
I'm not
I do all my plans.
a stealth mission kind of woman. I'm not familiar with that. I'm not a magician. I'm not.
I mean, so you could come on as my assistant, but I do think that we should split up in case my plan doesn't work out and I'm not able to follow him. We should have two people kind of tracking him.
Okay.
Either way, you can try and join on with me.
I have
I was like, I'm just gonna hang out with other carriage and follow them.
I
Yeah.
have a here's I think what I can do for a plan. I can lie enough. I will wait around where the carriages are, try to keep hidden from him. Hail another carriage, tell them that he is my brother and I'm visiting from out of town on a surprise. So I want them to have me follow him, but not have him see me because I want it to be a surprise.
Ooh.
I'll go grab something that looks like I'm bringing him a trifle or a gift or something. But that
Dude.
could get me in a stealthy position.
We should have recruited the butler from the house to fucking help us with this. That would have been
Sure.
fucking epic, bro.
Mr.
You know
Hawken?
he's done some shit like that. Yeah, Mr. Hawkins, bro. That would have been
Dun,
fucking
dun,
legit.
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, but it's like Batman can't take Alfred on a mission because Alfred would make it too easy.
That's what I'm saying.
So we can't do that, so we can't make it too easy. Look, this is the plan Cecilia's ready to run with.
I love it. This is what we're going with. I love it.
Do it.
Alright.
Back inside. Brent comes up the stairs in a huff. He looks pissed. He's muttering and swearing under his breath, and he sees you and Bouncer Guy.
Yep.
You're just like sitting on the floor, Bouncer Guy, and he's like, "He was in your office, boss." And Brent just like stops and he just stares at you, and he's fucking livid. You can tell. He's like, "You're a no good, dirty fucking thief, aren't you?"
Told your man here I heard a thump in the office. I thought someone else was in there when I tried the door. I saw you locked it, but when I tried it, it just opened right up. I thought someone else was in there. Don't want anyone, I'm here for a day's wages. Don't want them taking them. But Rat just knocked one of your scrimshaw off your shelf there.
You can make another manipulation test. This one is much
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah.
Please,
These are
Ronaldo.
not my lockpicks.
Please, Ronaldo. He keeps those in a very different place, not in his pockets.
Eastern.
Hell yeah.
As they
he
say.
does.
The
No,
old
hear
prison
me out,
wallet.
right? Hear me out. It's like Ratatouille, where he lifts his hat up and is a tiny rat with tiny lockpicks.
Aww.
How are you guys doing right now? Do you want to make this a 3-session thing, or do you want to push for another hour and a half?
I say
I'm personally good either way, but
maybe a 3-session because
might-
Sarah won't be here next week.
But we could easily say that
No.
Cecilia is just scouting out the house or something. Just because, yeah, I don't think that we're going to be able to get everything we want to get done tonight.
If we do break this into a 3rd session, the next session will be like a short session. It will probably be the beginning of the next mystery too, because you're not going to have much done, but like there's like probably about an hour and a half of stuff here left, I think.
Yeah, I think it's more a question of does Sarah need to be here for the next one or not? For your
It is
story.
more important that Sarah's here for the next one than for the end of this one.
What we,
So
I
we
mean,
so we should do the end next session.
so, yeah, just because I won't be here on the next, like on the 31st. So, would you guys rather do just a short stream, or we can figure it out afterwards? But I do think this needs to be a 3-parter just because
Yeah.
Okay.
of all of our shenanigans.
All right.
and
I
we
will
begin
begin
talk,
looking for a
we'll
place.
talk offline to make it
Close
work.
the
Yeah,
session.
Yeah.
because I have ideas.
All right.
Hmm.
Riley, the ball's in your court, friend.
I got one success, but I know
Hmm.
that's not going to be enough.
Reroll.
You
The
can
good
reroll
news
at the risk
is-
of no successes, because rerolling you don't get to keep your successes like with pushing, or
Yep.
you could potentially push the reroll though. So
The good news is he does have a knife and a gun on him, so it's extremely lethal.
I am going to push, taking because this is a mental skill. I'm going to be taking the frightened condition.
Ooh, I love it.
yeah, while you're sitting on the floor looking up at him, for a moment you understand how terrifying it must be to be a small child with this man livid. He's gone quiet. His face is bright red, and he's just really fucking big right now.
So yeah, pushing uh yeah, okay. I got one more success for a 2.
Fuck.
He looks at you and he kind of grinds his jaw and he goes, "Put your hand on the floor."
Oh, he's gonna fucking stomp your hand, bro. Put it on the floor like this, Ken. Give him one of these. Hit him with the
What does this mean?
It's a long story.
Yeah. That's a very long story.
Okay.
Oh shit! He
I'm
goes,
just like, A-okay?
Ken, I will save you. June and I will fucking attack this man in broad daylight. Ronaldo is not thinking clearly right now. Lot of
Ronaldo's not
blood
here.
spilling.
Yeah, Ronaldo's not here.
Nobody's here.
Yeah. Riley will because Riley's had his hands up like he's not trying to hide anything.
Do you put your hand down?
Riley, he'll put his hand down on the catwalk.
This motherfucker.
He walks up to you, lifts his foot. You know he's gonna fucking stomp your hand. And just before he looks you in the eyes, and then he lifts his foot, and then suddenly he pitches over, and hits the side of the railing. He doesn't go over it, but he just poof falls down, and you hear "run."
Does it sound like a little girl voice?
Yep.
Oh, Aoife.
Riley, now you need to kill him.
Now you
kill
need
him.
to
push him
kill
over
him.
the
Fucking
railing.
push his
Just
ass
hear
He's
over
Eva's
gonna
there.
little
kill
voice,
that little
"Run!"
girl.
And the
He's
guy,
literally-
the
him.
bodyguard guy is like, "What the fuck?"
Kill him, Riley.
Riley, you need to literally
need to
throw him
kill
over
him.
the
Aoife
edge.
is already.
If you don't, he's
she's
gonna
sprinting
kill
down
this
the
girl.
catwalk right now.
Fucking do it, Riley. He will kill this girl. You need to fucking throw him over the edge, bro.
I'm
Or he
looking
might go
at my
straight to her
skills.
skin. Yeah.
God,
Sure, we
why
can.
is the strong old man not there? I have a 4 in physique. God damn
It's
it.
totally fine. We can search all his stuff when he's dead. Like, just
It's true.
it'll give us more time. Like, it'll be fine.
It'll take a while for the estate
Remember,
to settle.
this is London. It is not like a medieval D&D fantasy where there's like no overarching law. There is law if you murder this man in broad daylight. He's a man that does have money.
It's okay, Riley. You're a loner. Just go to jail.
But if he falls over the edge with you and you just land on him, Riley, because there was like an accident, that's an accident. You'll probably still go to jail.
A lot of head trauma was happening at the docks today.
You can run right now. There is enough opportunity for you to get away without a roll.
Do
If
not
you go
fucking
now,
run, Riley.
uh,
If you run,
he
I'll
is-
kill you myself.
Brent is off balance right now. You could attack him. His bodyguard is startled. He has no idea why Brent ran or where that voice came from.
Or,
But is armed. He has the club in hand.
or
Oh, so
weird.
they can hear the
They heard
self-
her. Yeah, they heard her.
Mm.
Or weird counter suggestion. You could help him. Just be like, "What the fuck was that?" and help him catch his balance.
No, Jess, shut up.
Just
No,
saying.
that's actually
That's actually not a
compared to
bad
the how
suggestion,
do
honestly.
wagons work. This is definitely not her worst idea tonight.
Yeah, I actually don't think that's a bad idea, Riley. I say you save his ass.
Like people who
Yeah,
help them.
save his ass, Riley.
Hey, you need to know how wagons maneuver and stuff if you're gonna get run over by one, okay?
Hmm.
Could you show me your blueprints?
He's like, "Is that a V8? Does it have power steering?" He's like, "It's got reins."
It's a horse. It's got 1 horsepower.
I
Know
don't
what
want to
I'm
let this
doing, guys.
opportunity fail, like pass by. But just Riley running isn't,
No,
The
that's
best
the
idea.
worst option. Right.
and outright just trying to push this man over is also not.
I think it's a great idea.
But he is going to push him over,
Okay.
and he's going to try and save him at the same time.
Oh,
Oh.
Like,
Ken.
or at least push him over enough that like he would start to fall and just
You're
start
gonna-
grabbing him. So like,
Just be like, ah.
like make it look like you're trying to save him, push him
Yes.
more, and then save him?
Save him, like
Or
like
push him, or make it look like you're trying to save him, push him more, and then not save him.
push him, so he's like going over the edge. Save him to make it look like he did just fall. So to
Did
like
you? I
cover
just
the
sent
little
you a
girl's
suggestion.
tract.
Just
That seems harder. That does seem harder than just trying
Seems
to
like
save
two
him.
rolls instead of one. That's
Yeah.
true.
No, it just seems like a harder thing to fake it in a split amount of time. And he did hear her yell run.
Yeah, he's gonna know that he heard her tell you to
He
run.
heard her.
Yeah.
Fuck, this little girl literally just killed herself
She
to
did.
save
we
you.
really honestly need to kill this guy now. To be honest with you, like because he's
We-
gonna kill the
we
little
do.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
I am on the docks. Am I anywhere nearby where I can help this situation at all? Is June nearby where she can help at all?
Just Riley.
Nah.
Fucking Riley.
He's inside a warehouse. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Riley. Oh fuck.
That's a local joke. Oh boy. That's gonna be stuck in my head forever now. Thanks,
I know.
Troy.
Thanks, Kent. Troy.
Gosh damn
Fucker.
it.
I love how the really hard choices are always Kent, and Kent's always like,
I know.
oh.
It's all right, Kent. Kill the puppy. The puppy's not important. Just let her die.
No,
this guy,
I'm
Kent.
not gonna
Like,
kill the
Here,
puppy.
Kent. I'm gonna send you another suggestion.
Mm.
These are just friendly suggestions. Take them for what they will.
Are you messaging suggestions?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Private.
Let
Secrets.
me.
Well, I don't want to just shout it out. You know what I mean? Because I want Kent
That's
to
fair.
make his own decision, but I'm just making a suggestion because I'm still nosy. But
It's an intriguing suggestion.
it's a good, in my opinion, it's a good suggestion. But again, at the end of the day, Kent, you do, you
Yeah.
do what you
That-
Yeah.
That is something that I was contemplating myself.
Mhm.
I do think it's probably the best option right now.
because honestly, the way I look at it, like
So
we got to try to save the girl, and the only
Yep.
way to do that is if something happens. Like this guy, you can just be like,
Yep.
I didn't hear any girl. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And just make that guy think he's like, sounds weird because she's dead. Like she's
Yeah.
dead if we just book it.
so
So
yeah, so Riley is going to try and force. How would this roll out? Because he is going to try to push him over the edge, and he is going to make it look like he is trying to save him.
Yep.
At the same time, and I am using Christian's suggestion of like I'm going to try and save him by like grabbing a hold of his like coat and it being just slipping straight through my hand.
Two
Or, like,
rolls.
Hold on long enough for to like see that I'm struggling and then it slips from my hands.
First roll is going to be close combat to perform the maneuver in a convincing way to knock him, A, to actually knock him all the way over the rail, and B, to make it look like an attempt to grab him.
Not force.
Nope. Close combat.
Fuck. It's force, but with
Wait.
pizzazz.
It's close
So
combat.
It takes more skill than just force to do
Yeah,
what
it's
you're trying
panache. Yeah,
Wait, but
bro.
it's close combat and not manipulation?
to do. That's
No,
the second rule
manipulation
going
is
to be,
like-
manipulation.
Oh, gotcha.
To make it
Okay.
look like to let him go, but make it look like he's actually trying to save him and shocked when he
Gotcha.
falls.
And you
Okay.
might need a reroll on this one, bud. I know you don't have any close combat, so
We have
Or-
6 rerolls, dude.
Or we can push. This is also kind of a
You can only use
important
one per roll though, and then you let it ride.
Yep.
It's true. Yeah.
All right, yeah, because both close combat and force push the enemy into another zone.
Mm.
So
Yep, the bottom of the warehouse is another zone. Oh shit.
the afterlife. He's moving from here to the app.
Hydrate.
Here's the good thing. We know, like, metagaming here.
Hydrate.
We know, oh, by the way, Diet Coke, motherfuckers.
Hey, Coke, notice us! Notice
I just
us.
want Doc Void to see that it's a joke. But we know
Diet
metagaming
Coke,
here. We know the
please,
captain
please
of the
sponsor me.
Irish captain of the boat knows
Yeah.
about the Selkies, and we can still lean on his ass if we need to find the skins.
Yeah.
That's true too. That's true too.
All right. So with close combat, Riley has 2 dice
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez.
Oh, jeez.
because
oh, boy.
he is also exhausted, so that hampers him
Oh, jeez.
just a
Oh,
wee bit.
jeez.
If you fail, you're gonna just save him, and that's it.
Yes.
What?
What?
2.
Yes.
2 successes?
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking
Yeah.
Fuck
yes.
this guy.
That was
Fucking
it.
yes, Ken.
Yeah.
Riley, you reach for him like you're grabbing to steady him, but you actually, as you grab his shirt, you pop your palms into his shoulders really hard, and that's enough to pivot his center of gravity over the rail. He slips, he falls. You've got your hands on his coat. Go ahead and make me a manipulation test to make it look good.
Let him go, buddy. Just let him go.
Son.
Can I get a bonus die to try to shout to the thug to be like, give me a hand before you can come over and let him slip?
I will allow it.
If you fail this, he's gonna vice grip onto you, and then you're gonna go over
Yes,
the
that's what I
edge.
would do. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
Oh.
But you just looked at him.
Oh. Yeah.
He's rotund. He's gonna be he'll soften the landing.
Oh no, I was thinking like if I were falling, I guess that is a good idea to grab the other person and then try and turn to
It
fall
is
on
true.
them.
We were always taught if anyone is trying to like jump off of a bridge or a building, you never reach out for them because they will fucking take you
Grab
with
you
them.
and take you with them. Oh boy.
I am going to use one of our rerolls.
No.
It's an important one.
Tracked.
What do we got? 4 left, Sarah?
We have 5 left.
5 left. Okay.
A lot.
1 success.
you wanna push it?
Success.
This is kind of a big one.
Push it, Ken. Fucking
You
push
should
it.
push it.
Push it.
The big one.
Broken. You are
Riley's
physically
so
broken.
fucked.
You hurt
can't
your
take
back.
broken. Broken is like the last one you
Ow.
take.
I will push
Oh,
it, and
Either
I will
angry, frightened, or hopeless. Yeah.
battered.
I will take angry.
It's a mental one.
Angry.
Yeah, fuck this guy, especially in particular.
Come on, Riley.
That
Please,
is
the
another
children.
success for the 2.
That's
Woo!
2.
Yes.
Riley, you
I'm
pivot him
angry
over
and
the edge there.
frightened
It
and
looks pretty good. You've got his
exhausted.
coat. He lets out a startled, very loud yell. Hear him in the coat yell, "Oh my!" You're like, "Give me a hand! He's slipping!" And the guy's like, "Holy fuck!" And he just drops his fucking
Cudgel.
club and like runs over and leans over to help grab Brent. And you let your arm stretch way down and then let him go. He looks you in the eyes when you drop him.
How funny
he
would it
fall-
be if it was like a 6-foot drop?
Wait.
He
looks
just
him in
lands
the
safely on
eyes?
some flower sacks.
Yeah, like Brent is looking up into Riley's face.
Yeah.
like,
What kind of look is it?
He's
is it-
he's
it's
frightened.
fear?
He's afraid.
Okay.
Yep.
That's kind of nice.
Yep, he's afraid. And you let him go. He falls from the top of the warehouse all the way down to the bottom. You hear the sickening crunch as he lands, and he is just screaming. He's not dead. He is screaming, like just full on voices getting like breaking on the max volume of the scream. And a bunch of the dock works down there like, oh my god, somebody get a doctor. And they're starting to
Oh,
run
now
around.
we need a doctor. These fucking assholes. Yeah, sure, doctor. Got it. Fucking
The bodyguard just sort of like stares down for a moment, and then he just like looks at you, and he doesn't know what to do. And it's just a moment of like he's just looking at you like, oh fuck, like he doesn't know what to do.
Riley
anything
just
you want
gently
right now.
places his hands on the shoulders of
So
his
how close is
coat
Rosalie
and
here?
throws him
Hmm?
over the
How close is Rosalie here?
I mean,
If you
kind
all
of
stayed in the general area, you can hear it. Yeah, if you're in the general area, if you're within sight of the warehouse still from like without like another building in the way, you can hear the screaming and you see like people starting to respond on the docks,
Did
like
we
running inside.
Infirmary
Mm.
back at the house.
No.
No.
There's not a real infirmary. One of the bedrooms can be like kind of converted into a makeshift one in times of emergency.
Rosie's gonna run in there.
Covered in blood.
Already
Your
covered in
foot
someone
red's
else's
blood.
blood.
You just start
Yeah,
screaming
I'm just
like, 5 drops! I need another 5 pounds!
I'm gonna run in and I'm just gonna be like, first of all, I'm gonna be like, see, another accident. But I'm gonna run over to him and I'm like, I will help. Don't worry. Just someone get me a cab and I'll just take over the situation.
Rosalie, his fucking legs are shattered. Like his
Don't
shins
fucking
have
care.
come out of his
Yeah,
knees.
good.
Like
He
there's
deserves
blood
it.
everywhere.
Yeah.
He's screaming. His screams are rapidly losing strength and volume, and he is turning like shock white.
Right. I'm going to just take control of the situation. I'm just going to tell someone to like order us a cab. And
Like, I'm a
just
doctor,
gonna,
I'm a surgeon, that's why I'm covered in blood.
no, I'm just going to be like, order a cab. And because I'm going to revert to my noble upbringing and just start ordering people around. And then I'm just going to look at him and I'm like, no, don't worry. We're going to take good care of you. As good care of you take as other people. And I'm going to try to get this guy into a cab because we're taking him to Rose House.
It's a pretty good plan. That's a pretty good plan.
Inspiration roll, please.
What is that?
It is an empathy-based skill.
Okay, I see it. I think empathy, inspiration.
Third
Oh,
from
look,
the bottom.
I'm really good at this. Okay, excellent.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna
Success.
All right. People start listening to you.
Excellent.
I'm gonna kind of just motion the thug down. It's like let go down there. Like let's
go, and you just like
Let's
run
go.
to respond to the crime, and he
Yeah.
just sort of follows along. Like he doesn't know what to do, and you seem like you do, even though you're a dirty thief. He just is. He doesn't even know it just happened. He just goes down there to join the
Yeah.
crowd.
And so what I want to do is I'm going to get a cab, get this guy in the cab, assure all the workers that, like, don't worry, I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to get him somewhere where he's going to get help, and I'm going to take him to Rose House.
Are you doing anything about the bleeding?
Medicine skill, but I have pretty good precision, so I will try to. And you know what? I spent some time in a place where I probably saw some injuries, so I know how to deal with these. I will, I'll like try to tourniquet him up.
Tourniquet. Go ahead and make a
Yeah.
medicine roll. I know you don't have the skill, but you can make a precision roll.
Yeah, I could just do precision, but unfortunately, I'm really good at precision. Okay, good. Yeah, push this one, and I have to take a mental or physical one for this.
Precision is physical.
So I'll take exhausted for pushing this. And I will roll again. There we go. 1 success.
All right, you rip off some shreds of your ruined dress and you high and tight tourniquet to the best of your ability. Blood seems to slow a little bit. He does need medical care urgently. A bunch of one of the dockhands runs out and is like, he just runs into the middle of the road and he's like, stops the cab, not Rosalie, Cecilia, Eleanor, and Ronaldo. You see all this going on. You hear the screaming. The screaming has stopped now. Rosalie ran inside. Dock workers come out frantically stopping a cab. Like, we need to get to a doctor. Like, what are you all doing?
Well, I was talking to a cab driver. I assume he then.
I assume the cab driver
drives off.
You're like, can I just like ride along to see like how it works? Like,
Yeah, I
he's
assume
like
he
the
drives
wheels
off.
they roll on the axle. Go ahead and make a manipulation test, Eleanor. I want to see how this was going.
Oh, really? Okay.
I just want to see how this was going.
Totally okay with it just driving off. Has he heard of me? The extraordinary Eleanor.
Yes. He's like, when you say like, oh yeah, I'm researching the chicken, he's like, you're the one who sawed that girl in half.
Yeah. Gonna do more death work, I guess.
He's like, what are you gonna run a girl over in half now?
Wow. I did terribly. I got 0 successes. Perfect. Every time I try and do something magic related.
He's like, you're just gonna kill someone with a carriage is what you're gonna do. Like, you're terrible. You're terrible.
Yep.
You're one of the worst, actually. Like, so like he's basically heckling you when the
Yep.
dockhand comes running out and is like, we need stop. Open the door. We need to get Brent to the hospital. He's hurt real bad.
I think Rosalie is with them, right? Rosalie is taking them to
A couple of the
out.
dockhands have got like Brent by the arms and they're
Yes.
like dragging
and
him out
Rosalie
now.
is with them, right?
Yes, Rosalie's Rosalie just took control of this whole thing. And she's just like, I know a wonderful
You're leading
doctor. I'm
the
going
way
to take
to
her
the
to him
carriage.
right to. Fine, I assure you, your employer will be back in no time.
Holy shit.
They drag him over with you leading the way. You can open up the carriage door. The carriage man is like, holy fuck, he's really fucked up. We gotta get to the. You going to the hospital?
No, I'm gonna give him just a Rose House. It's
Like,
my
I
own
have a
private
private
doctor.
doctor.
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent plan, Rosalie. Good
Yep.
job.
Now we're gonna torture this fucker until he gives
Make
us the
another
skins.
manipulation test. I just want to see like if he bothers to think that's suspicious, or if you just like force a personality enough that he's like, yep,
Success.
this is the worst.
One success.
Okay, he like pauses for just a moment to look at you, but you're like, private doctor, best in London, you know.
I also pull out the $5 note and give it to him when I say that.
It's true. You've got £5. Shit.
Fuck yes, he takes
£5.
the £5.
Personal
Yeah.
The dock hands get him in there. He's barely conscious right now. He's just kind of making like faint like groans and stuff, but he's like totally out of it. The dock hands get him in there, and kind of before you can say more than like private doctor and stuff, you get the carriage going, and you're off down there with Brent bleeding all over the back of this cab, and the dock hands are like
What
covered
the-
in blood, and now they're like clustering up and they're talking like, you just like fell off the fucking floor there. Like,
And if I see Nora, I'm just going to be like, well, I make sure she hears that I give the Rose House address so
Yeah,
everybody knows.
that's what I
You know,
assumed.
I'll pretend I don't know
Yeah.
you, but I'll make sure I look at you and like you make sure
Yeah.
you hear that.
I assume
what
I
I
heard
said.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, you and your patient are speeding toward Rose House. He is laying in the back of the cab, and you're just like seated, kind of pressed against the wall because he takes up a lot of space, even though he's like half sprawled on the floor and stuff, moaning faintly, looking like fucking 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
Oh my
And
God, one
Rosalie,
of my
you
favorite
have
expressions.
It occurs to you as like a chill kind of raises the hairs on your arms how helpless he is here with you in the back of this cab right now.
Yep.
And that if he died back here, no one would question that he died of his injuries. Cab driver's looking forward.
Yep.
This piece of
Say
shit
that.
is back
I'm
here.
actually going to lean right into him, and I'm going to look him in the eye, and I'm going to say that to him. I'm like, if you were to die here, no one would question it. And as she says that, the cab gets very, very cold. So cold that his breath, he can see his breath.
His eyes kind of like roll up to you, and they're like half rolled back into his head. He's like having trouble remaining lucid. You're not sure how much of that he gets, but he makes like a kind of it's almost like an animal whimper. It's just like there's no like pride, humanity, or control in it at all. Just like and then he sort of like nods, and then sort of nods out.
That's fine. We'll get him half fixed up so he can give us the skins. That's my plan now is he gets medical help when he gives us the skins.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I figured. I was like,
That's-
you're in a
yeah.
great position
Yep.
for Rosalie to manipulate. That's great.
Mhm. That's exactly.
All right.
We can stop. That's probably a good place to
Yep.
stop. For
And
now.
with that, the
But yeah.
makeshift ambulance is heading toward the Rose House to deliver this absolute disaster onto poor Ellis Hawkins' doorstep.
Poor lady.
So,
All right, folks,
r-
good session.
Right
Does
before we
this
end,
ghost
Nice.
say Newton Fire Department, and is it
Aw.
on fire?
Troy is in the back of the ambulance.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody slept, and there's lots of ketamine being passed.
The siren's out, Troy.
So right before we end, as Riley and Riley like hurried the thug down the stairs, so the thug went first. Riley is going to take this opportunity to ditch his lockpicks.
You're going to ditch your
Mhm.
lockpicks?
Yeah, you can always get more.
Oh, I guess.
So
Yeah,
I'm
fuck,
gonna-
easy enough. No one is paying attention. You can just toss them behind some crates or whatever.
And then
Yeah.
when we get down there, I'm assuming like there's going to be people who ask, like, "Oh, what happened?"
Yep, but right now all the dock hands are spreading the news. They're like, Brent fucking fell from
Yep.
over the he fell over there. Like, somebody tried to grab him and he just like fell out of his coat. Like, his blood's everywhere. He broke both his legs, man. His legs are fucked. He's never gonna walk again.
I assume like what like his top dock hand would probably come over. The
Yep,
thug would
At
be
this
like,
point,
blah.
the crew of the Daraga are they are merging with the dock hands. In particular, the first mate and the captain does appear afterward, and he's like, "What the
Mhm.
fuck happened to Brent? Like, what is he being taken to the hospital? Like, what hospital?" And they're
Yeah.
like, well, the closest. Not everybody knows about Rose House. Like, only two. So, like, one of them just says, like, like the nearest hospital. They just like he's probably going there. Like, that's what I
Yep.
would assume. Like, now information's getting muddied.
Perfect. Nobody knows where he is.
It's fine, folks. I'll walk to the hospital. It's okay.
Holy shit.
And while you're down there, Riley is just seeing like the seeds of chaos being wrought. You've ditched your lockpicks. No one is paying attention to you in particular right now. Not even the bodyguard that was up there with you. He's just like talking to people, telling people like that Brett fucking
Shit.
fell. Like,
I kind of want to mostly for that thug, like in his vicinity, kind of make it so that like it's like, oh yeah, like he was gonna break my hands, but he raised his foot too high up and tumbled back because he's been drinking all day.
which
Which
fucking slipped, man.
which is really easy to kind of go through because like he has been drinking.
No test needed. You did well enough with both the pushing him over and making it look good, like you tried to save him and were shocked when he fell. That he is just fucking swears. He's like, "Fuck, man." And while all this is going on and you're in the crowd, you're now confident. You've talked to the fucking leg breaker over here. You don't think he's gonna think twice about like your involvement in the accident. You kind of look back toward the middle of the warehouse, and you just see Aoife out by the puddle of blood, crouched down, and she sticks her fingers in the blood, looks at it for a moment, and then she licks it.
Yeah, Aoife.
Metal
And
is
that is
fuck.
where we will leave it.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
Well, that's
Fucking
horrifying.
awesome.
Fuck yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah,
Fuck
really.
that
Fuck
guy.
this guy. We got to get rid of the Irish captain too, because it's just going to
Yeah.
keep doing this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be
Good sesh, guys. That
Shit.
took directions I did not expect it to go.
That
Dude,
did, yeah.
that was a perfect opportunity. I just
Yeah,
jumped
you
on
did
that
great.
shit. I was
You
like,
both did
we
great.
get this
Celia's gonna
guy.
have
He's
to-
fucked up, and this is our total opportunity to have him like in our power,
Yeah.
like helpless
yeah.
with two broken legs
It's true.
in a house where no one knows where you are. Yeah,
Cecilia's gonna
okay.
have
Oh,
to
fuck.
tell
Yeah.
Ruby, never mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
BT
Yeah.
dubs.
So
Your night is
Brett's
now
not gonna make
free.
an appointment.
But you know what? Ruby
Yeah.
won in that situation.
Ruby
Let's be
dodged a
honest.
bullet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Also, Amber.
She's gonna be like, fucking
classic-
tits. Want to get a drink?
Classic Amber.
That's
move
where
to-
Cecilia is next session.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
Playing in the fucking
That's-
tits. Want to get
Yep.
a drink?
Yep.
Celia gets
Classic
really
Amber
distracted.
move to subjugate Riley to the will of the big bad evil guy.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
Kent.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me take away your power.
I will just say there's an office full of
Awesome.
money that is unlocked
It's
currently.
unlocked.
They didn't give me time to relock the door.
Hey.
Hey, the little Selkie or
awesome.
whatever could just fucking take a bunch of that and bomb an oast.
That's awesome.
She can't Vominos, but once we get her skins back, they can, which we'll know all about
That's
very
awesome.
soon.
Well, what we
Rosalie
can
has
do,
ways of making people talk.
I mean, listen, the Selkies, they don't need money. They just need to get their skins back and see. You
Yep.
know who does need money? The other human
other
orphans.
urchins.
And honestly,
exactly.
if you don't take it, someone's going to.
Hmm.
Yeah, right. He hires all of these fucking nobodies in desperate
Yeah.
situations for like penny wages.
Hey.
That stays unlocked. Like, I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying
people.
at least
Oh.
one. That's all it takes. And
Yeah.
also, he's a huge dick. Fuck that guy. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
But chances are, like the boat captain might go up and try to secure his office.
That's okay, because you know who else can pick locks? Rosalie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, great session, everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This one was really, really fun. It took
Yep.
some exciting twists and turns. I did not think it was going to go this way. I thought it was going to be more just like following and stuff, like, so.
That's what I was hoping.
Violence.
That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping like duck in. All right, I got my information. Duck out. Fuck. He saw. Like good. No one
Yep.
saw me. It's like, oh, no one saw me. Still, I'm gonna check see what's in this room.
Yep.
Tonight's session was a good example of the fail forward sort of the fail forward theory of gaming and recommendations. So Riley did fail 2 of those important roles, but we failed forward on that. He failed the lock picking roll, actually. That was a 3-6 lock. But
Holy
rather than
fuck.
have it be a dead end, I let him in and just knew that he was going to get caught coming out. The guy saw him.
Which is
That's
so much
failing
better.
forward.
Fail forward
That's
is
so much
amazing. I
better.
love it. Yeah.
And Riley also failed the manipulation test with Brent. So Brent wasn't gonna kill him or stop him or have him arrested, but he was gonna break his fucking hand.
Yeah.
It's
Very in
success
character.
with consequences.
Yep. Very
All
nice.
right.
Awesome
I'll
stuff.
take
Yeah, I
it.
highly
Here.
recommend failing forward in your own games.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Nothing gets stuck if you use fail forward, because you can never ever
You're like, so you
have your-
succeed. This is an important thing. It's like
Right.
it sucks when you're playing a game and you need like a knowledge test or a spot test to find something that's vital to the plot, and then you just fail it, and then you don't, and then the DM's also like, how the fuck did we do this?
Yeah.
Like, let
Yeah,
them
you
find
can't-
it. Just let something
can't-
bad happen when they do.
you can't ever have things hinge on like single die rolls, because I guarantee your players will fail that die roll and you'll just be dead in the water. So you just fail forward, just
Well,
give
there
them that, but
wasn't a
take something
giant
from 'em.
spider hanging over the MacGuffin that you failed to see, but there is now when you see it.
Yep.
Like, you know.
Exactly. Or you triggered the trap that wasn't there before, but now it is, and the big boulder is going to chase you out of the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So be sure to check out Rainy Plays Games.
Yep.
Yes, he has new episodes dropping every Tuesday. He just, as I said before at the beginning of this, he had a really good one that dropped
Sarah.
with an interview with our own Sarah
Yes.
about taking breaks and creativity and stuff like that, which is really good. So check it out. And
Someone in chat came from that episode.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
That's
Holy
amazing.
crap. That's awesome.
yeah, so welcome.
It was
welcome.
the Bad Stop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Next week on Tuesday is Rainy's finale to Ironsworn that he has been playing for, the last couple of months. So
Yeah,
I think it's like
he's been
episode
doing Ironsworn for a while.
21 or
Excuse me.
something. Yeah,
Since the
it's the big
beginning of the year.
finale. Yeah, it's the big finale. So check that out on Tuesday when it
Also,
drops.
check out his other stuff too. He did one called
Yeah.
Colossal, which
All of
was
Rainy's
his
stuff is
first.
good. All of
That was
Rainy's
his
solo
first
stuff is
solo
really,
play,
really good.
and I
Yep.
watched it all, and it was fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
The-
It was
the
really
thing
good.
that
Very
amazes me, 'cause-
lighthearted adventure vibes, but it was
I've
really
It was.
good.
done-
It was cute.
I've
Yeah, if
done,
you need a palate cleanser after the darkness
Yeah.
of Maya games, go ahead and listen to one of Rainy's. We are like opposite
Exactly.
people, but
Yeah,
both are
yeah,
cool.
true. But also
Yes.
the thing that always amazes me, because I've done a couple solo games now for the stream, and it's hard to do. Like, it's hard when you don't have the energy of other people to bounce off of and,
Yeah.
kind of rely on sometimes. Like when you
Right.
get stuck, you just rely on yourself. And so Rainy doing all of it on his own is amazing. He really is. Because he
Yeah.
doesn't edit a lot either. He just plays the game. Like, it takes him the time that you hear him is pretty much the time that he's playing, maybe a little longer. There isn't a lot of pausing for him to do stuff.
No,
And
yeah.
so,
Kind of.
Crazy.
He's also really upped his game. He's got like little story beginnings, which are really, really awesome to intro
Yeah.
like his stuff. His music
Yeah.
game has also it's been really, really cool.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
really awesome. So check Rainy out. Other than that, that's all I had to say.
Until next week, folks, be union strong.
That's right.
Hey,
Fail forward.
hey, I'm
Sarah's
back.
like, I've got
Hey,
endings
Sarah,
to do.
Sarah's
This
got
is my
things
out.
to do.
I'm
Sarah's
here.
got stuff.
We've got all of our handles and stuff.
Look at me. I'm the outro bitch when I'm here.
How will we get
Look at
cat
me.
pictures if we don't
That's true.
give
We
them
didn't
our
mention
email?
merch or anything. Sarah, you got this.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you everyone for joining us on this week's episode of DMs After Dark. If you are watching us on Twitch and you want to follow us, just hit the little follow button. All you need is a Twitch account. That's free. And it notifies you when we go live, which is every other Friday at 7 p.m.-ish EST, give or take technical difficulties in Troy. If you want to, if you missed part of this stream but you want to catch up, the whole thing will be uploaded to our YouTube channel on Monday. It's all under DMs After Dark.
Actually, recently
Or
I've been
Sunday.
doing like Sunday night, because it's just easier for me to remember. So by Monday
yeah.
morning, it'll be there. So,
Yeah.
because it
Sunday,
takes a
Monday,
while
just
to
keep an
upload.
eye out.
So, yeah.
They're big bucket files.
Yeah.
We are on all the social medias at DMs After Dark, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, which I promise I'll get back fucking on. I'm slow. If you want to email us, you can do so at dmsafterdark@gmail.com. Recently, we've been asking
Cosplay
for
ideas.
cosplay ideas for Troy, pictures of your cats. Send
Any
us
other
cats.
Send us your puppers.
Really, any pets. It
Send
started
us
with
your
cats,
bunnies.
but send us all of your animals. Because it's very important. If you want to support us a little more directly, you can do so by purchasing some of our merch from our Redbubble. We have the iconic Detective 20 logo shirt, and we also have all of the art of our characters from our RuneQuest series, done by incredible. It's Katrine. What's her last name?
Irim.
Katrine Derim. She's an incredible artist. All the proceeds from those go 50-50 between us and her, because she is wonderful and talented, and it's so nice
Oh yeah.
seeing our characters come to life. I have a sticker of my character, Arissa the Pale, and I love it, and it makes me very, very happy. Also, we finally fixed the issue. You can get Kymrese on a pillow now.
Okay, great.
That
And
wasn't a
someone
thing
immediately
before.
bought it.
Yes, they
Shut
did.
up. Really?
Honestly, we
Yes.
should have it be
I
painted
believe-
on a rock if we're
It's
being
the same.
Oh
it's
my
the same.
gosh.
It's the same person. Yeah.
So there is
She's
someone
got the whole
out there,
collection.
Mhm.
our super fan in Australia, who now has all of our characters on pillows. We love you so much.
Hell
Genuinely,
yes.
that's the funniest fucking shit. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us, and major thank you to J and LB. 20 gifted subs is a
That's
fucking
crazy.
lot.
Thank you so
Podcast
much.
Yeah, dude.
running.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the most we've
Crazy.
ever gotten from
it's-
one
yeah.
person
Someone who's
in
newer.
one
One person.
time.
I mean, that basically like doubled our subscribers in one swoop. So
Crazy.
yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, we hit we passed the sub goal of 40. We hit 45 subscribers with that drop.
That's so nice. Thank
That
you.
is in fucking sane. And
Yeah.
all of us super appreciate it.
Absolutely.
The money goes to keeping us afloat, which means, hey, we're on the we're stuck in your podcast ears for a
More
lot
free shitty
longer.
accents for you all. Subsidized by
Exactly.
funded generously.
So thank you everyone so much for watching. And until next time, support your local union and make friends with sex workers. Have a good night, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.
Night.